Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome Tag, welcome Rose. Good to see you both. I just had to restart the stream because Twitch didn't give me quality options, but it looks like they're working now, so that's good. I always try and make sure I have those before I start actually doing stuff, so that more people can watch live. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit more case 5 today. We'll see how long we can go before my voice gets sore. I haven't set up anything to do any voice acting yet. Also, my what am I going to play in the future list, I added Pokemon Sword. That poll I did, it was like 7 yes and only 1 no. Actually, I should just go double check the results on that. So people seem like they want to see Pokemon Sword. Let's do straw poll. 8 votes for yes and 1 for no. Okay, yeah. So I'll definitely stream that. But that's going to be soon-ish because I want to make sure I don't miss out on any particular event for that new mythical thing. Hey, panicking? Pokemon Trick Sword, Trick Sword. That's really witty. You've got a cat on your lap? Ah, that's cute. Aww. Yeah. Alright, so on stream plans, so we're currently working on Investigations 2. We're near the end of this game, but I think we've still got like 4 or 5 more streams of it to go. Donkey Kong 64, we've only got like 4 more streams at most of that before I finish that. And then I'll probably do Pokemon Sword pretty soon. I'll probably do Mega Man 8 soon as well. I feel like some Mega Man, plus it's just a nice short game. And I want to get into Breath of the Wild soonish. That's probably going to be after Pokemon Sword, but I would like to finally start playing Breath of the Wild so that I can maybe finish it within the next 3 years. I've heard that's a really long game. Dr. Wily, yes, Mega Man 8's got the amazing voice acting. I love it. Am I going to get the DLC for Sword? Yeah, looks fun. I want to try out that multiplayer raid thing. The Den raid, I forget what they called it. Where you use rentals. Okay. Let's start playing some Ace Attorney. Prop Shredder is $29.99 and Real Impact is $29. Don't give Capcom ideas. Nah, they've already got those ideas. Oh, also I want to play Cook Serve Delicious 3 soon, because that came out of early access, so that's officially launched. And I love the Cook Serve Delicious series, so I would like to play 3 soon. I've heard it's really good. Anyway, back to this game. The Grand Turnabout, beginning, part 2. We're still in the beginning section. We've played about 5 hours of this case and we're still in the beginning section. It's going to be a long one. It's been really good so far though. Alright, yeah, it's been pretty wild so far. So the president of Zengfa was murdered. This takes place like right after case 4. So Kay's just got her memories back. We just walked out of the Grand Tower, having arrested Debeste, who uncovered his evilness anyway. Voidburger was doing a promo stream for that yesterday. Oh, Cook Serve Delicious? Oh, sweet, I should go watch that. I don't think I'm following Voidburger, actually. I need to fix that. On Twitch, that is. Might buy a month of Nintendo Online to do max raid battles, but don't have DLC. But, okay. Yeah, I'll have to find out how that works with the DLC. Hopefully you'll be able to join in some raid battles with me, because that'd be fun. Alright, yeah, so the president of Zengfa was apparently killed last night on a movie set lot. Yeah, movie set. That's right next to this tower. Looks like he was squished. Someone squished him with this huge prop for the movie. Someone dropped this on him. That's what we think so far, anyway. Lang is helping with the investigation. He's very upset about the president's death. And he was suspecting Courtney. So we went to talk to Courtney, who was in trial, and a bunch of other stuff happened. So Courtney's son is a child actor, child star. He was working on this movie and he got kidnapped. And so they were there was 2 different kidnapping plots on the same day for this kid. Pretty wild. So one of the plots was by Debeste. He wanted a not guilty verdict for Patricia Rowland, the warden from Case 2. And his goons messed up and accidentally kidnapped Sebastian instead. So we saved Sebastian. We had a big heart-to-heart with him. He's trying to sort out what he wants to do with his life. But the other kidnapper is the one who actually seems to have kidnapped John Marsh, and we don't know what they want yet. They actually had us bugged. They bugged the badge. They put a bug in the badge. The Yatagarasu badge, the absolute monsters. So we need to get them back for that. Got the game too, so it might be able to pop up. Oh, nice! Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, sounds like a fun game. Just do quick little multiplayer things in Pokemon Sword and Shield. He kept his buff physique in death. Oh, yeah! Yeah, that's interesting. I was thinking, if this is Edgy's organizer, he draws really quickly and really well. Yeah, he does! Yeah. Alright. So we just found out about the bug that was planted in the badge. Outside Green Tower. Tower Plaza. And yeah, we just started another Oh, hey! Gummy! Gummy! We just started another investigation segment. Gummy! Why are you running away? Detective Gumshoe. When Mr. Edgeworth gave up his prosecutor's badge, I just didn't know what to do. Aww. Detective Gumshoe, don't follow me. And then I began to think, if Mr. Edgeworth isn't a prosecutor anymore, does that mean I'm no longer a detective? No. But that's not true. Even without Mr. Edgeworth, I'm still a detective, and investigating is my job. Detectives don't investigate just for the sake of prosecutors, pal. That's why, even if I'm on my own, I won't stop investigating. So, you've been investigating by yourself? Then perhaps, at that time, you should thank your former subordinate. He gave me some valuable information which may save Kay Faraday. Detective Gumshoe did. So, Jill Crane's autopsy report. I went to the detention centre to see how Kay was doing. That's when I heard. When you get to where I am, you can just create your own truths, anytime you want. Kay Faraday is the culprit. That was a truth that I simply manufactured out of thin air. Ah. Good, very good. That face, that expression. You heard that conversation? That's right, and that's why I looked over the evidence again myself, sir. Gummy, that's amazing. So it was you who saved me. Kay, I'm really glad you got your memories back. Thank you. Do you get it now? I can investigate on my own. Gummy, don't run away. You've already proven that you can investigate on your own. After all, you saved me. Detective, I need your help. Currently, I'm not a prosecutor, nor am I much of anything else. Even so, I will pursue this case. I ask you not as a prosecutor, but as a friend. Aww. Just thought they were photos. Yeah, that would make sense as well. Detective Gumshoe, will you help us? Aww. Oh, but please, cut it out, sir. Gummy. Okay, I get it. I get it, pal. I can't bear to see Mr. Edgeworth bowing his head to me like this. Gummy! Thank you, Detective. What do you want me to do, sir? Aww. This game's so sweet. It's so full of character moments. You knew it? Gumshoe bugged us. Check out Kay's badge. It had a bug in it. That's Kay's badge, right? It's just as cool as a prosecutor's badge, isn't it, sir? But Mr. Edgeworth's badge was... Oh. It's fine. Don't cry, Gummy. Even if Mr. Edgeworth quits being a prosecutor, I'm sure someone else will lower your salary for you during your salary assessments. Oh. Edgy, you're useless, so careless. Pay cut. Also edgy, I'm asking as a friend. Yeah. Someone else will lower my... Oh. Oh. Is he crying about his pay being cut? Or that it will be someone else cutting it? It looks like Kay's back to her old energetic self. Indeed. A little too energetic, I might add. It's all thanks to Gummy and Mr. Edgeworth saving me. Thank you. I really, really mean it. No need to thank us. All that matters is that you're back to your healthy self, Kay. Speaking of which, you had a bunch of bandages wrapped around your head. Have your injuries already healed, pal? You bet. Those bandages were just to help my memories come back faster. They were really just replacements for a headband, to reignite my fighting spirit. You could have mentioned that part sooner. Mr. Edgeworth, you're such a joker. Even if you show that to me, I still have no idea what it is, sir. You proclaim that quite proudly. And movie. Don't know anything about the movie? Okay. Tower. No? Okay. I have no idea what he has comments on, so let's just try everything. President Huang's assassination. Things sure have taken a turn for the worse, sir. When I decided to investigate the case on my own, I tried to remember all the techniques you would use, Mr. Edgeworth. And above all else, what's most important is this. Even if something seems impossible at first glance, we must still suspect it. Certainly, you are correct. So far, at least. Monsters don't actually exist in this world. But, if that's what it seems at first glance, perhaps we should suspect that President Huang really was trampled by a monster. Thinking outside of the box like this is really important, isn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, Detective Gumshoe. So close, and yet so painfully far. I can just imagine him like doing investigations on his own and then going, Eureka! Just to copy Edgeworth. Same dialogue. So far this game has had the most character development for the lead character, yeah. Amazing how much Edgy is built on in the main series already, but they somehow managed to take it further, yeah. Lotta's testimony. Nope, okay. Yeah, Edgeworth has such a good character arc and they still find new development for him. IS-7 incident. No, okay. Bug. No? Okay. You can look at the bug. was planted inside the Yatagarasu's badge by the person in the red hood. Yeah, I think that's all there is to show him. Detective Gumshoe, please tell me what you have found in your investigation so far. Roger, leave it to me, sir. I have 3 things to report. First up is about Kay's clothes that were sent to the crime lab. Traces of an extremely powerful sleeping drug called Sleepy Z were found on them. So that means, after Kay was drugged at Gourd Lake, she was brought to the roof of the Grand Tower. That's right, sir. Now, for item number 2. The footage from the security camera at the Grand Tower's elevator. The footage that captured President Huang and Judge Courtney going up to the roof. The elevator is generally the only way to get up to the rooftop. And if the elevator was used, the person who used it would be caught on camera. Exactly. In other words, if you look over the footage from a couple of days ago, you should be able to see an unconscious Kay being carried up to the roof. Then, Gummy, does that mean you... I checked out all the footage from before the incident 2 days ago on Fast Forward. I see. And the results? Well, actually, nothing came up, sir. Kay never showed up on the tape at all. That was unexpected. I guess it won't be so easy. How was Kay brought up to the roof of the tower? I should take a moment to carefully consider the possibilities. Well then, let's hear your third and final report. How was she drugged? Was that ever established? I don't think that was. Only wish other prosecutors in other games had half this character development. Yeah. Yes, sir. Last but not least, the most important thing to report. I'm so happy to be able to investigate with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm going to give it my all to arrest the culprit. That is all, sir. I apologise for putting you through so much, Detective Gumshoe. However, that was your most important report. It had nothing to do with the case at all. I would have preferred something that's actually useful. Ah, that merciless attitude. That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know, sir. He said the wrong... He thought the important thing and then said the bad thing out loud. A young boy has been kidnapped. I want you to help us search for him. Kidnapping, sir? The victim is a boy by the name of John Marsh. Oh, that kid with the horns. Yes. Do you know about him? I saw that boy myself, sir. Was that this morning? That's right. He came out of that trailer over there, and then he walked towards the garbage pickup area. The garbage pickup area? It's right over there, pal. That's where all the trash from the Grand Tower's offices is collected. I don't know what happened after that, since I left the place around then. It seems we must investigate the garbage pickup area. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, cooked cake. Secretly bugging my badge like that. I'm sure the true culprit must be a skilled great thief. I don't think simply placing a bug would warrant someone being called a great thief. What are you saying? One who wishes to become a great thief must not neglect information gathering. Even so, to be able to plant a bug without anyone noticing? How dare they act more great thief-like than me? I feel like you're getting upset for all the wrong reasons. Hey, UED. How are ya? You liked him before, but the depth of his character and his story arcs are so far the best of the series. Yeah, I agree. You'd like Phoenix to get a better character arc as well. Yeah, I feel like Phoenix hasn't got nearly as much development. I thought the cat was in here, but apparently not. Not yet, anyway. It's just like Gummy to keep on investigating tirelessly. It seems that giving up my prosecutor's badge has caused trouble for the detective as well. Even though Gummy had a lot on his plate to deal with, he was still worrying about me. That makes me so happy. Oh, of course, I'm also grateful to you, you as well, Mr. Edgeworth. I only did what I felt was natural. Sheesh, you never say what you really mean. Speaking of which, Gummy was investigating somewhere around this area, right? In that case, maybe he knows something about John. That's right. We should listen to what the detective has to say. Already done. Actually, can I show her the bug and get more dialogue about that? Bug. When my memory was gone, I felt like I was walking through a freezing rain the entire time. But when it all came back... Did something happen when you regained your memory? I think we've seen this dialogue. Nope, it's nothing. Thank you so very much. Hey, I am not the one who recovered your memories. The person you should thank is the one who had you write in that notebook. Daddy! Mr. Edgeworth, thank you both so much. I feel a lot better now. If you're going to shout, please give a little more consideration to the time and place. There. I know I need to go over there, but let's look around here first. Oh, it's you two again. Did something else come up? Hurry and hop on board. No, right now we don't really need to go anywhere. Pish posh, that's what they all say. I can tell what you're after just by looking at your face. You want to start a new life in a new place with a new girl, am I right? Come traffic lights or police sirens, I won't let anything stop you from where you're going. So come on, hop in and experience the best ride of your life. With that personality, I guess it explains why he was so willing to help us out earlier. The guide map. It's interesting that we can look at it, but we can't keep it in our organiser. Keep a copy of it. Yeah, there is some stuff. Filming equipment. I think we've already looked at this. Oh, I don't think we've seen this dialogue. If I stole Global Studios' filming equipment, there would be no more Still Samurai films. Fans across the world would weep for all eternity. Including you, Mr. Edgeworth. That wasn't why I was trying to stop you. Sure. Sure, Edgeworth. Mr. Powers, I know it might be a boorish question, but there's something I'd like to ask you. Okay, what is it? Are there perhaps any plans to make a new Still Samurai? I'm sorry, but is that a question related to the investigation? No, it's just a personal question. I'm sorry, I can't talk about it with people outside the studio. Not even you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah. Of course. As I thought, he cannot talk about it. However, he didn't deny it outright. Does that mean there's hope? Okay. Hi. All my hard work's helped move the case forward. I reckon it's all in a good day's work. I'm not so sure about that. We've been chasing after an entirely different person. Indeed. It seems she did not properly examine the photo earlier. What now? Was my info really all that bad? No. Some of the blame also falls on us for relying on a dubious information source. It's time for us to regroup and start over. Could you hold on a sec? If you think I'm staying quiet after being called a dubious source, you got another thing coming. Fine then. Guess I'll just have to tell you about the scoop I've been saving. You've been saving? Scoop? Although I'm not expecting much, let's hear it. What is this scoop of yours? It's Mozilla! I have decisive evidence that the mighty Mozilla exists! Okay. Let's go, Kay. Hold up! I'm being serious. You might not believe it, but it's true. We don't have much time, but I guess there's no other way. Would this decisive evidence of yours be something you recorded on that tape recorder? That's Mr. Edgeworth for you. You're good at figuring things out, aren't you? It's the sound of Mozilla spewing out fire. This place nearly became a sea of flames. If you say so. Don't make that face. If you think I'm lying, then you have a listen for yourself. Ready? Here comes the flame. How was that? It's hard to tell over your shouting. But if you say so, I guess they could be flames. Miss Swift, did you truly witness these so-called flames? Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't really see it with my own two eyes. On account of... I wasn't actually there at the time. If Mozilla had appeared, wouldn't you have noticed no matter where you were? Well, I was a ways off, and was using a slightly unusual recording method, so... Could you explain to me this recording method in more detail? Oh, guess I just dug my own grave. She's very suspicious. Dan Southworth would 100% leak a new Steel Samurai. Yep. Yeah, Dan Southworth is Virgil's voice actor. Yeah, and he accidentally leaked the MC5 quite a few years ago. It's pretty funny. Yeah, Courtney's ringtone last stream. Yeah, it must have been the Mozilla theme. Truth is, I was aiming for a scoop, so I did me some wireless wiretapping. Wait a minute. Wireless wiretapping? If there's no wires, how'd you tap them? Kay, please don't concern yourself with the semantics. She was simply intercepting wireless communications and listening in without permission. I've been spending the last few days scoping out the Grand Tower with my mentor. So, you were investigating the black market auctions. In that case, you naturally would have tapped the immediate area surrounding the Grand Tower. You betcha. But, right then and there, I hear an ear-shattering roar. Finally, Mozilla appears. My heart is pounding. I feel him drawing nearer. So, everything except the sound is just her own personal impressions, right? In the end, it seems that you didn't actually see anything. Well, I reckon writing's more my thing. Anyways, as I continued tuning into the situation, little Miss K over there almost shatters my eardrums. Eavesdropping is for cowards. Why don't you come out here and fight us fair and square? What was that sound just now? I see. Miss Swift. While you were eavesdropping, you were surprised by Kay's voice and fell over. In other words, you did not hear her voice directly. You heard it via the radio waves emitted by the bug, did you not? What? Then does that mean the one who planted the bug on me was... I was just eavesdropping. I'd never stoop to bugging nobody. Miss Swift, do you mind if we borrow that tape for a while? Oh, just do what you please already. Okay, yeah, I thought she had something to do with the bug, but seems like she was just listening in. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, Mr. Keys, Miss Berry. Did you find him? Not yet. Just where could John be? John? No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. They don't know anything about the kidnapping. Regarding Sebastian, we found him not too long ago. Really? That's great. Thank you so much. Now I won't be arrested again. sure. Definitely won't be. I haven't gone in here yet, but Gummy said John headed towards the garbage pickup area. Indeed. There might be some traces of him left behind. Ah, okay, it's just a screen. Okay. Accidentally on purpose. I was just eavesdropping, yeah. Character reunion here. Yeah, there's tons of different characters in this game. It's great. It's surprisingly empty, isn't it? Indeed. It seems the garbage has just recently been collected. I wonder, what if the garbage wasn't really collected? Maybe someone stole it all. Mr. Edgeworth, I smell a case. There certainly is a faint smell of something. Is this truly the smell of a case, though? Oh, there's John's milk. Look at everything else first. The garbage pickup time is at 11 AM, so that's why there's no trash. When I looked here earlier, the place was overflowing with garbage, sir. Looks like today is the day when bulk waste is collected during the garbage pickup. There really were a lot of bulky items placed here, pal. The garbage truck's compactor can crush any kind of garbage to dust. No, it seems in the case of bulk waste, it is transported as is, without being crushed. Good. Huh. Why do you know about how bulk waste is disposed of, Mr. Edgeworth? Ah, maybe Mr. Shields, in order to accomplish his Mr. Edgeworth acquisition plan, sent him something like a moving process instructional brochure. What? There are times when you're so sharp, it's scary. Although they're few and far between. Oh, that was mean. This milk carton is... It's the one John was drinking out of. There's no mistake. Something must have happened to John here. Combined with Detective Gumshoe's testimony, the chances are high that John was attacked at the garbage pickup area. If it was here, there wouldn't be many witnesses. But why would John have come to a place like this? It would be natural to think that he came here to throw something away. We have no way of knowing, since the garbage truck has already collected everything. Anything else to look at here? Already checked this area? Nice. Alright, let's talk to these two. Even though Regina also searched with her friends... Aw, we were beaten to the punch. By friends, does she mean her animals? The circus music is back. If I recall correctly, wasn't the very big circus supposed to have a performance today? Yep, that's right. We've all been practicing a lot for this upcoming performance. Will Simon also be performing? Of course. He's been practicing really hard, even though he keeps saying, no way, no way. He even rode in a balloon and did lots of advertising for us. So Mr. Edgeworth, you should also come by and see Simon's heroics. Very well. That is, if we're able to successfully solve this case. It sounded like you were saying you used animals in your search. Yep, I thought we would be able to find him if I used Regin and Astique, but hey, thanks for following, Xiaojia? Hope I pronounced your name properly. And now Mo appears to torment us once more. Simon said, no way, no way, no way, and stopped me. No fun. If Simon hadn't been there, there would probably be a mass panic right about now. Simon, why did you stop her? It would have made the city more fun, like the circus. Eek! Mr. Edgeworth, please forgive me. Why is he apologising to me? I haven't said anything. What would you have something to say about? Badge? What's this? It kind of looks like a bird. It's a three-legged crow, known as the Yatagarasu. It takes flight even in the depths of night. Yay! I knew it was a crow. Then it will become good friends with Regina, right? We could do a show where I grab onto its legs and we fly through the air. Isn't it great that the Yatagarasu has 3 legs, Mr. Edgeworth? That way it can carry me and Regina, and even you as well, Mr. Edgeworth. No, I'll pass. What you're suggesting is impossible to begin with. Ah, fine then. Regina, what if the 2 of us grab onto the Yatagarasu? And we'll chase Mr. Edgeworth around while he's stuck on the ground. Yay, that would be a fabulous show. What you're suggesting is impossible to begin with. Please stop this nonsense. Ah, it's the mighty Muzilla, the scary dairy cow monster. Scary dairy? But I think Regina and Muzilla could become good friends. I'd climb on top of its head, grab its horns and take it for a walk. Oh, that sounds fun. I want to ride it too. Mr. Edgeworth can come too. We'll all ride it together. No, I'll pass. What you're suggesting is impossible to begin with. Oh, fine then. Regina, what if the 2 of us take Muzilla by the horns? And we'll chase Mr. Edgeworth around relentlessly while he's stuck on the ground. Got a bit of sense of deja vu here. Been watching my Hollow Knight on YouTube? Nice! It's nice to see you. I hope you've been enjoying the playthrough of Hollow Knight. Yeah, Hollow Knight's like my 2nd favourite game. It's really good. Sure, just leave it to me. Relentless will be fabulously relentless. What you're suggesting is impossible to begin with. I'm begging you, please stop. I'm not sure what else I could show her. Go talk to Simon. As expected of Mr. Edgeworth, how did you find him? Naturally, it was all thanks to his powers of logic and reasoning. Actually, it was just a coincidence. I guess we weren't any help at all, were we? Not really. Don't be silly. Of course you helped. Really, thanks a lot. Where were you guys searching, Simon? It was a bit far off, but we searched around the Sunshine Coliseum. The Sunshine Coliseum? So they were by the shore. There are a lot of people at the event there, so I thought he might have gone as well. An event? Sounds like fun. Is it a festival? I want to go too. It was a lot of fun. There were food stands, fireworks, and much more. Simon got worn out by all the people in the crowd pretty quickly though. You didn't have to tell them that. It's settled. Once we wrap up this case, let's all go there. Food stands and fireworks. Alright. Ah, okay. That's what that bang was. At any rate, I'm glad you were able to find him so quickly. Why is that? The truth is, our circus show is about to start soon. So I don't think we would have been able to help out with the search much longer. Sorry to burden you with this when you were also needed to prepare for your performance. No, it's okay. Please don't worry about it. After all, I also didn't want to get arrested again. I'm so relieved you were able to find him, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, but the warden still hasn't been declared guilty yet. What? So you're saying there's still a chance I might be arrested? No way. Okay, please don't tease him. Watching it blind, can't really watch other YouTubers who skip most of the stuff. Yep. Yeah, I like seeing as much as I can in games. Badge. Huh? Didn't you also have a badge when we last met? Yes. However, due to certain circumstances, I don't have my prosecutor's badge with me now. So that's why. Mr. Keys, are you listening to me? Oh, eek, no way, don't eat me, I taste terrible. The sheer terror brought on by Mr. Edgeworth's icy glare seems to have Simon totally petrified, like a frog caught in the gaze of a hungry snake. I don't recall doing any glaring at all. He just does that, apparently. What do you think of Muzilla? Even if you show me stuff like that, it's too technical for me. I don't get it at all. I guess you don't have any new information about it. Sorry, am I going to be arrested? If I start spouting some random nonsense now, will I be able to plead insanity later? If you want to be guilty of perjury, go right ahead. That was a leading question, I knew it. I'm going to be arrested. Good grief. He's not listening to me at all. These two are quite a pair. Alright, he doesn't have anything to say about Muzilla. You're learning to speak some English words? Oh, nice. Nice, good luck. Yeah, I hear English is really hard to learn if it's not your first language. You've been speaking it really well, actually, though, in your Twitch comments. Okay. Well, let's go use some logic. Sound of an explosion. And fireworks. So it sounds like the kidnapper was at the event, the Colosseum. Mr. Keys, didn't you say that there were fireworks at the Colosseum earlier? Huh? What about them? Were those fireworks set off during the day? Yeah, even just while we were there, a bunch of them were set off. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? That explosion sound we heard at the end of the kidnapper's phone call. Could very well have been the fireworks. Oh! Don't think you can get away with this. Then come and get me. I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice. But I highly doubt that. Boom. Yeah, I thought it was a gunshot or something. Seems like it was fireworks, though. You use grammar checker before you enter? Oh, nice. Very nice. For the sound to have been picked up by the phone, it must have been fairly loud. So that means the culprit was near the Colosseum. Even so, I bet the fireworks could be heard in lots of places around the Colosseum. Indeed. It would be impossible for us to search the entire area by ourselves. If only we could have the police lend us a hand. Well, we could ask Gumshoe. Put these two together, because I think he was transported in the garbage truck. Much the same way Sebastian was. The only vehicles that came through the plaza this morning were the taxi and a blue truck. And Mr. Debeste was kidnapped in that taxi. Yes. Meanwhile, John was attacked in the garbage pickup area. And the garbage was collected from there at 11 AM. Oh, I've got it, sir. The blue truck was actually... That's right. The blue truck that came through the plaza was a garbage truck. However, be that as it may, the officer who gave us this information made no mention that the blue truck was a garbage truck. Talk about careless. How could someone mistake a garbage truck for a normal truck? That's not it, Kay. Today was the day for the collection of bulk waste. I suspect it was a standard truck without a trash compactor that came by to collect the trash. John was taken away by this garbage truck. And where do garbage trucks go? To the dump, of course. Hold up. The culprit was disguised as a garbage collector, right? Then the truck was probably fake too. How do we know they really went to the dump? No, the garbage truck should have been real. Eh? Why is that? That will be made clear if you simply take a look at the garbage pickup area. This shows that the garbage truck John was kidnapped in was real. We haven't had the player do anything for a while. Well, it's the fact that the garbage is gone. But let's point at something random instead. Take that! There's something important there? This spot alone is evidence enough that the garbage truck was a real one. Wouldn't you agree? No, I don't. Ugh. So it wasn't here? If it wasn't a real garbage truck, it wouldn't have been able to collect the trash. Wasn't there something around here that proves that? Mr. Edgeworth, what makes you think that the garbage truck was real? The trash is gone. Oh, wait. Isn't that... okay, maybe I'll point at the sign. Okay, none of those are right. I mean, pointing at the fact that the... This shows that the garbage truck John was kidnapped in was real. Well, there's a lock on the gate. Maybe that's what we're looking at. There we go. The garbage pickup area is locked. Yeah, I actually had to think. So that map we look at with the 2 garbage jumps, those actually have importance. Yeah. Wonder which one we need. Ah, only a real garbage collector could have unlocked it to collect the trash. Precisely. We should assume that a genuine garbage truck was used. For example, the kidnapper could have put John into a large cardboard box. If the box was mixed in with the rest of the bulk waste, the garbage collector would have carried John away without even knowing it. Exactly. The culprit would then lie in wait at the garbage dump. And if they said, I threw it away by mistake, the box would be returned to them. Any garbage dumps nearby? Let's see. Ah, there's 2 of them. So, which garbage dump was he taken to? Could there be a hint in any of the information I hold? So I don't know what's up with the 3 footprints. Which one was it? Well, let's have a look. See if there's anything interesting here. Truck. If only the truck had a name on it. That would be too easy though. And thus the truth was lost forever because Edgy could not convince Kay the garbage truck was real. It's good. Secret entrance. Don't know if any of this has anything to do with the dumps. Let's look at the map. Well, maybe it's the dawn because that's where the trash from the morning gets taken. Harbour and the waste centre are close to each other. Seen that dialogue before. we can't deduce anything, because there's no deduce button. Let's go look at this again. Recheck this area. Is that 11 AM? Imagine if the kidnapper messed up and he was picked up by a garbage truck with a trash compactor. Oh, I'd actually, no, don't imagine that. I don't want to imagine that anymore. Hey, there's the lock that I apparently didn't look at before. Looks like the garbage pickup area is locked. It's probably to prevent people outside of the Grand Tower from disposing of their trash here. Why? Let them dispose of their trash. It's kind of rude, isn't it? Yeah, hey, are you useful? Is the guard duty going well? Yes, sir, of course. Besides using my eyes and ears, I'm also trying to use my sense of smell, touch, and even taste. I am going to revolutionize the way we do guard duty in this dodgy institution. I'm sorry, but please perform your guard duty the way it's always been done. This guy again. Nah, nothing new to say there. Hey Rambo, how are ya? How many Ace Attorney games are there? There's quite a lot. Yeah, you saw a lot of this game on my playlist. Yeah, we're only about halfway through the series. Yeah, so there's 6 main games. There's 2 spin-off games about this character. This is one of the spin-off games we're playing. And then there's another 2 spin-offs set in, yeah, feudal Japan. And then there's a crossover with Professor Layton. Yeah, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Yeah, so I guess you could say there's 11, but only 6 mainline games. Yeah, there's a lot, though. Yeah, case goes well. It's an interesting case. I really like it. Let's see, maybe one of you two knows something? What would I show? Oh, I could show the garbage. Let's show everyone the blue truck. See if they know anything about it. You don't know anything about it? Alright, that's fine. Yeah, there's quite a lot of these games. They're very good though. Alright, you don't know anything about the truck? Okay. What about you? Why do you have this awful music? Ah, is this a present? Yay, I'm so happy! No, that was not my intention. I'm sorry. Unless it's an animal, I can't tame it. That was also not my intention. Yeah, you're not helpful about the truck. These two must be here for some reason, so... They told me about the fireworks. I wonder if there's anything else they can help me with. I want to listen to this recording. What else can we look at, I wonder? I believe that even a great thief has rights. For example, we have the right to choose what we want to steal. I guess she doesn't consider this valuable. Yeah, I don't think these have anything to do. Oh, well, no, the kidnapper near the Sunshine Coliseum, so... Hang on, where was the Coliseum? Yeah, it's closer to the Dawn Waste Centre, so... It was probably... Yeah, okay, it's probably the Dawn Waste Centre. Okay, I think I figured it out. Since the kidnapper was over that side. Stick them together. Based on the explosion sound we heard from the kidnapper's phone, we know that John is being confined someplace in the vicinity of the Colosseum. One of the garbage dumps is right next to the Colosseum. John was almost certainly taken there, in which case, the place he is being confined to must also be somewhere close by. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Can I ask you to search the area around this garbage dump? You don't have to ask me like we're strangers, sir. It feels so distant. Please just order me around like you normally do. Are you sure, Detective? Right now I'm not a prosecutor. Didn't I tell you, sir? Detectives don't just investigate for the sake of prosecutors. You have my thanks, Detective. Yay! Nice. Hey, Wild Knight, welcome. We gave her a truck. We're planning on playing Hades. Yes, yes, Hades looks really cool. Yeah, I want to play that at some point. I'm not sure when I'll get to playing it with all the other games I want to play, but yeah, it seems really good. Yeah, I also want to play Celeste, Shovel Knight, Cook Serve Delicious 3, Guacamelee 2, a bunch of other cool indie games. But yeah, one day I want to play Hades. Best roguelike you've ever played? Nice. Yeah, I've heard just nothing but good things about Hades, so... Started playing Hades as an alternative roguelike for when you don't want to yell at Spelunky 2. Oh. Yeah, maybe I should just try Hades soon. I don't know, I want to play Pokemon, Breath of the Wild, and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, I will play it one day though. Mr. Edgeworth, look, it's almost time. Yes, it would be best if we hurry. They should also be at their limit. Detective Gumshoe, I'm counting on you. Leave it to me, sir. This may be an unofficial investigation, but I'll call in all of my pals from the station to help. I'll help too. Stealing John back is my job, after all. I will be returning to the courtroom. I might be able to draw out some more time. Okay, well then. Even in the depths of night. The clock just struck 2. We have to hurry. Yes, sir. Ah, my introduction. When no other bird dares to take flight. She's got to do the Team Rocket motto. Oh, jeez. What's Simon and Regina doing there? They were helping to try to find Sebastian. Because so this trial's currently going on, and this is a trial for Patricia Rowland from Case 2. And there's kind of a lot going on, but someone was trying to blackmail the judge into getting her found not guilty, which means Simon would have been arrested again. Also, the cat alarm's going off. Time to feed the cat. Hello, sweetie. So Sebastian went. He got kidnapped with all the evidence, so they were trying to help. Hello, sweetie. They were trying to help with that whole mess, finding Sebastian and all that, so that he wouldn't get arrested again for that murder. Hello, sweetie. Sword and Shield Pokemon? Yeah, I want to play Pokemon Sword pretty soon. The new DLC came out. Hello, sweetie. How you doing? Meow. I think we might be like right near the end of this segment, but I'll still go feed the cat first. She's a good cat. She deserves food. Don't you, sweetie? Yes. You deserve food. No worries, Rose. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Okay, I'm going to go AFK for 10 or so minutes. I might drink some honey for my throat. My throat feels good at the moment, but I should still drink honey for it. We'll go on break, and I'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes. And I'll give you some music. Yeah! Good music! Okay. I'm back. Oh, that music's nice. Okay. Top. There we go. Hi everyone, I am back. I fed the cat, and then I chased her around a bit because she was really energetic, and now I'm back. Okay. Continue. 2:16 PM, District Court, courtroom number 3. Thanks, Tag. Thanks, Rambo. That's right, they got him on the stand. Blaze. Well. If it isn't former prosecutor Edgeworth. Blaze Debeste. Witness, face forward. We're not done talking yet. Cat is sated. Investigation continues. Yes. Like I said, you see. Why exactly would I have needed to help that person out, Your Honour? You know, it's a crying shame. Having a beautiful woman declared guilty. Honestly, it brings tears to my eyes. But you see, there's no reason for me to go out of my way to hide evidence just to save her. However, we still have the testimony of your son, Prosecutor Debeste. He testified that he handed the evidence over to you. Well, I haven't the slightest clue what he was talking about. I simply can't imagine why Sebastian would have said something like that, you know. What if there is evidence that shows your connection with Warden Roland? What if there is? Ooh. And just what do you think you're doing, former Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was under the impression that you were no longer in any position to stand in court. Miles Edgeworth, how dare you barge into my prosecutor's bench? Francisca, I'm sorry. I need you to lend me the bench for a little while. What are you saying? Judge Courtney, I've brought vital evidence related to this case. Your Honour, please allow me to testify. Should never allow it. Objection. Courtney Pye, Uncle Ray also asks that he be allowed to testify. There are no objections from the prosecution either, right? Understood. The prosecution also has no objections. There's no way you can allow something like this, you know. Such high-handed methods. Surely are enough to warrant being held in contempt of court. Wouldn't you say, Courtney? How's his beard back? I don't know, he probably had another wig. Probably has spare wigs, just in case. He DT'd his beard back. Courtroom angles, yeah, the angles are very different from what we're used to. Oh. As long as John is still in danger. Judge Courtney cannot rule against the warden. I must convey to her somehow that the search for her son is progressing. Judge Courtney, I ask that you have faith in me and my assistant. Now that you mention it, where exactly is she? She is currently out searching for the most important piece of evidence.
Objection.
It's a waste of time. There's no such evidence. Are you stalling for time? How disgraceful.
Objection.
Most important piece of evidence, huh? Courtney Pie. I don't really know what that evidence is, but I think we should have faith in her. Yeah, he calls all the women like Pie. So I'm gonna guess that he actually calls them Chun? Or Chun? Is it pronounced Chun? Yeah, I'm gonna guess he uses the Chun suffix for everyone in Japanese. So that's a good way to translate it, probably. Not that I know much about Japanese. After all, even if she may not look like it, she's still the great thief Yatagarasu. Somehow, it seems that Mr. Shields understands. Judge Courtney, we've already determined the general location of that evidence. It's only a matter of time before she steals the evidence back. I understand. Then I shall give you special permission to testify. Where's counting when you need all the info about this game? Thank you, Your Honor. This is ridiculous. This vital evidence that you have found, please present it to the court. Let's save our game first, because I have no idea what he's talking about. Sounds like Cleo's still very energetic. Cleo! Cleo! Hello? Aw, she came when I called her. Hello, baby. Rawr. You're full of the energy, are you? So this is a very important plot moment, but this cat's very cute. Where'd you go? Over there. Okay. Hang on. There she is. It's a laser. No? Lost interest already? Alright, she lost interest already. She is indeed a cat. Okay. Blaise Debeste and Patricia Rowland are somehow connected. Allow me to present the evidence that proves it. Which piece of evidence shows a relationship between Patricia Rowland and Blaise Debeste? Badge. Blaise Debeste. This shows that you and Patricia Rowland are... It's sad, Miles. Truly sad, you know. For you to accuse me of being a criminal by presenting evidence like that. If you're gonna present evidence, you should present something more meaningful, you know. So it wasn't this piece of evidence. A piece of evidence that connects Patricia Rowland and Blaise Debeste. Do I have anything like that? What's wrong, Edgeworth? Just as I thought. You can't prove a thing, can you? And you know why? Because Patricia Rowland and I aren't connected at all. You're wrong, Blaise Debeste. There's definitely a connection, and I shall prove it. Alright. Connection. Well, all this stuff. Oh, yeah. The report on Knightley. By Patricia Rowland to Blaise Debeste. You can't hear anything, but it's 100% on your end. The twins are giving you a duet of crankiness. Oh, sorry to hear that. Hopefully they calm down soon. This document contains a detailed report regarding the interrogation of a certain man. A certain man? That man being the late Horace Knightley. and the one who interrogated him was the defendant. Bycat. The defendant in this trial, Patricia Rowland. So that means that was the interrogation where... That's right. Patricia Rowland murdered Knightley in the aftermath of the interrogation. She just took off faster than anything I've seen before. Have you tried the Cat Translator app? No. Is there one of those? That sounds like fun. I'll have to try that. And that very interrogation has been recorded in this written report. That definitely sounds like vital evidence. Miles Edgeworth, just now you referred to that document as a written report. Now, just who in the world was that report written for? I thought you might ask that, Francisca. And that's precisely what is most important about this report. We found this document inside the safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower. The 51st floor? The storeroom for the black market auction? Indeed. And the conductor of the auction was you, Blaze Debeste. You received a report about the victim from Warden Rowland. In the face of this evidence, can you still say you have no connection to this case? In regards to that, I refuse to answer. What? It is yet to be proven in court that I was the conductor of the black market auction. Oh, have you already forgotten the events of this morning? I believe I had already proved it back then, did I not? I will not deny that I was bested by you. However, that was at the crime scene. Yeah, that wasn't officially a court trial. Who knows if the results will be the same in court? An acquittal is still possible, you see. Until it's been proven in court that I am the conductor of the black market auctions. You can't prove that document was addressed to me. Your logic is twisted. That's not very nice, you know. My logic isn't twisted, is it, Courtney? Don't you feel the same way? It was quite unlike you to allow former Prosecutor Edgeworth's statement just now, you know. It saddens me, you see, that you would fail to uphold the law as a judge should. In fact, I'm so upset by this, I may have no other choice but to use my last resort, you know. It is, as you say, something that has not been proven in court does not merit any deliberation. Starting to think they redrew the entire courtroom just to keep Edgy on the left. Yeah, probably. I will have to overrule Mr. Edgeworth's claim. As I thought, until John has been rescued. You see, the truth at the scene and the truth in the courtroom are two very different things. So, you're saying the truth can be distorted in court, as long as it's for your sake? What a horrible thing to say. I'm not distorting the truth or anything like that, you know. If a not guilty verdict is handed down, then that becomes the truth. That's all it is, you see? It's useless. There's nothing we can do unless the missing evidence turns up. Now then, Courtney, why don't you deliver a not guilty verdict and let's get this over with? After all, that evidence isn't gonna show up anytime soon, you know. Who raised an objection just now? Sebastian! Pops! Sebastian? Oh. Why did you come back here? Now of all times. Sebastian, what is the meaning of this? Just where were you and what have you been doing since you abandoned your own trial? I'm sorry. I was... Such an act is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You should be ashamed. Well... Sebastian, you still don't get it, you know. This court is no place for a snivelling child such as yourself. Hobbs, Oh. I've come to present new evidence, Your Honor. Ooh. He's got a new theme. So, please, let me take my place back at the prosecutor's bench. Sebastian, I didn't think he would come back. Haha, what's all this now, Sebastian? You don't seem at all like your normal self. Oh, Hobbs? Come now, what's the matter? You want Daddy to play with you? Is that it? Well then, why don't we just head on back home? Return to the witness stand? What's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf. Your Honour, the prosecutor officially in charge of this case has just arrived with new evidence. The trial is still in session. In light of this, shouldn't we continue with the proceedings? Naturally, the defence has no objections, Your Honour. I'm sure the defence attorney originally in charge would say the same. The prosecution has no objections either, Your Honour. Continue with the proceedings? That won't be necessary. Isn't that right, Courtney? Blaze still believes that he was the one who kidnapped John. As long as John still hasn't been found, Judge Courtney will remain bound by Blaze, and nothing else will change that. That sound is... a cell phone. My phone as well? Uncle Ray's phone is also... Sorry, we have to take a break. Literally everyone got a phone call. Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Shields! Oh, we've found John, sir. We rescued John. Excellent work, detective. That kid was the most important piece of evidence, right? Way to go, Kay. I wanted to spread the word quickly, so I had everyone call. Judge Courtney, it's for you. Yes, I see. I'm so glad you're safe. Make sure you properly thank everyone, okay? Be careful and come home safe. Let us resume the proceedings. Now that I may once again swing my gavel to my heart's content. Ha! You're kidding, right? This is just a sad joke, you know. Witness, this is no joke. Please return to the stand. Prosecutor Debeste as well. Promptly return to your seat at the prosecutor's bench. Yes, Your Honour. Sebastian Debeste. Yes, Miss Von Karma? I leave the rest to you. Huh? Going up against your own father. It won't be easy. I shall observe how things pan out. From the gallery. Aww. Now then, allow me to ask once more. Is the prosecution ready? Prosecutor Debeste, what is this new evidence you wish to present? The missing knife and chisel, Your Honour. You mean they've finally been found? Prosecutor Debeste, is this true? Gumshoe, you could have, like, texted everyone. How he drew his baton. Is it a baton that he's using? It's so corny. Yeah, I think he's learned a lot from her. Yeah, I think it's definitely a tribute to her. The knife and chisel. I wasn't able to find them. I searched and searched. I really did, but it was already too late. Too late? What do you mean? I remembered this morning when I passed by Pops in the garage at home. He was holding something wrapped in a newspaper. Pops, where are you going? Ah, Sebastian. Just taking out some trash. At that moment, I heard it. The faint sound of a bell. Could that sound have been, by any chance, the bell attached to Dogen's chisel? In other words, you're saying that the witness threw away the evidence? I searched for it, but I didn't make it in time. I'm sorry. Where exactly did you search for it? The garbage dump. Oh, I went to the garbage dump and searched everywhere. I thought the evidence Pops threw away had to be there. Isn't that Sebastian? Ah, what are you doing here? Whoa! He ignored us. So at that time, he had gone to the garbage dump. But... This was all I could find. This is... It smells rather peculiar. Now that you mention it, there's kind of a funky smell coming from you as well. What do you expect? I was digging through garbage. And what of the knife? I think it's buried somewhere in that giant mountain of trash. But I couldn't find it by myself. I understand. I shall accept this into evidence. What is it exactly? Well done, Sebastian. You never betray my expectations, you know. You searched so desperately through the garbage, and that's all you have to show for it. Oh! Ah, what a tearjerker. I'm tearing up already.
Objection.
It's a bit too early for tears, don't you think? We haven't examined the evidence properly yet. I think it's just a pointless waste of time, you know. I'm counting on you, Sebastian, Miles. Show him that the truth can be exposed in court, and take him down. Mr. Shields is backing us up. Now all we need is a breakthrough. Yeah, that's all we need. All we need is a miracle. Her conductor's baton. Gumshoe, you could have, like, texted everyone. Courtney sniffs trash. Prosecutor Debeste, let's take a closer look at the evidence. Right. It's a bit of trash. Let's have a look inside. It'd be great if we could find some kind of proof. The bell. This is the bell that was attached to Dogen's chisel. Are there any traces left behind on it? It's no good. There's not even a single smudge on it. What did you find, Prosecutor Debeste? Did you even find anything? Darn it. Of course you'd find nothing. Something like that can't be called evidence, you know. All it is trash. It may be sad, but that's the truth, you see. Were Sebastian's efforts all for naught? Indeed, this bill does not seem to be valid evidence. However... Mr. Edgeworth, are you really giving up? Calm as always, Edgeworth. Quite unlike Sebastian here. Well then, is the prosecution finished with its argument? Justine, not yet. We're not through yet. There's still something we haven't examined. You're still not giving up. Struggling in vain's not cute at all, you know. It seems Sebastian hasn't given up yet either. I was just thinking the exact same thing. The last item remaining, is it trash or is it evidence? If we don't examine it, we'll never find out. The item I'm thinking of is the save file. This feels like the end of the whole case, but we're still in the beginning section. I mean, we haven't solved anything about the president's murder, but, yeah. The knife. The knife is the last piece of evidence we need. What are you talking about, Mr. Edgeworth? Didn't I tell you that I didn't find the knife? Do you enjoy torturing me like this? That's not what I... Struggling in vain's not good, you know. Can't you see there's nothing at all? The last piece of evidence. There might be something remaining there. There's no other option. We must examine that item. I'm thinking it's the newspaper, because the dirt might match up with his gloves. I don't know what that will prove, but The bell! This bell itself is the final piece of evidence. What are you talking about, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought we didn't find anything on the bell. That's right. Struggling in vain's not good, you know. Can't you see there's nothing at all? The newspaper. We're still not done examining the newspaper that the bell was wrapped in. What happens if HP bar goes to 0? Do you restart whole dialogue? You go back to your last save point. Which is why I'm saving quite often. It seems that Sebastian has the same idea as I do. Wow, this is just wonderful, you know. So wonderful, it's to cry for. Is it desperation, or simply reckless abandon? Are you really going to pin all your hopes on a worthless scrap of newspaper? We won't know for sure whether or not it's worthless until we examine it, will we? Sebastian, let's examine it post-haste. Look at the bell again. This is Dogen's bell. There isn't a single stain on it. We probably won't find anything on the bell. Let's try examining the newspaper. Indeed. We've got some letters here. Oh, glove. Is this a handprint? There's something greasy on here too. Is it oil? Judge Courtney, we'd like to request a fingerprint analysis on this paper. It's the gloves, Edgeworth. Honey, it's the gloves. Could you please summon someone from forensics? Your request is accepted. Contact the lab at once. Reporting. These are definitely fingerprints. However, it's from a glove. What? Didn't I tell you? It's nothing but a worthless scrap of paper. Just think about it, you know. When handling important evidence, what kind of idiot wouldn't use gloves? Oh wait, wouldn't that be you? The idiot who doesn't know when to give up. That's pretty harsh, talking to your son like that. After finding out how his dad treated him, it's actually distressing to see him cry. Especially when he's trying so hard, yeah. This game has done a great job with character arcs. Yeah, it's amazing how many different characters they've squeezed in with like so much depth. What's wrong with calling an idiot an idiot? If you want to be the best, you have to be heartless. I have no compassion for worthless individuals, not even my own son. Pops! You know, you've always called yourself a genius prosecutor, haven't you? Didn't I explain to you this morning why you were a genius up until now? That's right. It was all because of me. Because of my authority. You were always being protected by people like Courtney. And me. Oh. Now, get that stinking face of yours out of my sight. Stinking? You know, now that I think about it, that stench might just suit you perfectly. I hate this guy. I loathe him. Just keep it away from my nose, or my eyes will start watering. Wrong? You're wrong, Pops. Sebastian? What are you talking about? You're the one who stinks, Pops. It's you, not me. What? You haven't noticed, have you? You smell, Pops. So much that you can't even hide it. Mr. Edgeworth, try smelling the handprint on the newspaper. The smell? It smells like oil. I know something that smells just like it. Come to think of it, back then. It smells like motor oil. Maintaining that motorcycle must be Blaze's hobby. That's right. The smell proves it. It proves that the culprit who hid the evidence was... It's no good. I guess I can't become the best after all. I'm too soft. I could never be so heartless. I just can't bring down my father with my own hands. Prosecutor Debeste. Summon your courage. Become a different prosecutor from your father. Wasn't that what you decided? We are prosecutors, and as prosecutors we stand in the courtroom. In that case, isn't it our duty to shed light on the truth? Exposing crimes and bringing criminals to justice, even if the criminal is your own father. That is your duty as a prosecutor. Didn't I promise you that if you have the courage to stand up, I will show you the way? Aww. And if you cannot do it alone, then we shall do it together. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, this is so sweet. Why is there water in his goggles? Oh, he keeps, like, fake crying into his goggles and then the water gets all caught up. Manfred von Karma versus Blaze Debeste. Battle of the Monsters. Yeah. God, which one of them's more evil? They're both so evil. Allow me to present the evidence that connects this handprint with my father. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Debeste. I'm sorry. Doesn't this piece of evidence kind of resemble the handprint on the newspaper? It seems he has nothing to say. Yep, I've nothing to say, because they don't look anything alike at all. It seems this wasn't it. Edgeworth be like, you are my son now, yes. That's just like you, Sebastian. You know, about that evidence, can you really say there's no connection with me at all? There's any connection, sorry. Indeed, it would be meaningless if just the shape was the same. Let's take another look at the evidence we have. Prosecutor Debeste, fulfill your duty as a prosecutor. And if you cannot do it alone, then we shall do it together. The gloves. Double shocked animation, yeah, that was cool actually. This is the smell of motor oil, the kind used for maintaining motorcycles. Both myself and Mr. Edgeworth have smelled this exact same smell before. Blaze Debeste, it was in your garage. And wouldn't you say these fingerprints have a rather peculiar shape? The 5 letters that spell out D-E-A-T-H, death, is exactly the same as your own gloves. Haha, you can buy gloves like that from anywhere. It doesn't prove a thing. Is that really the case? That's not the only thing that these two pieces of evidence have in common. The fingerprints on the newspaper that was used to wrap up the bell, and Blaze's mechanic's gloves. This is the unmistakable similarity they both share. The dirt, I think. Maybe it's this random thing over here? This is the unmistakable similarity that these two pieces of evidence share. I'm not quite sure where this unmistakable similarity is, you know? Even if you don't understand, I do. But Mr. Edgeworth, I don't understand either. Oh, so that wasn't it. Mr. Edgeworth, let's look closely at the fingerprints on the newspaper again. It should definitely have a similarity with the glove. As I thought. That glove isn't evidence at all. Is that really the case? That's not the only similarity. I'm just going to quickly save. This is what they share, the grey void. Another nice DMC quote there, panicking. There's also whatever that stuff is on the hands. Uh-oh. Is this a fake out or nope? Okay, it wasn't it. The A looks a bit weird. Is there something wrong with the A? Oh, yep, the A is partly smudged off. Yay! If you examine the imprint left by the letter A, you'll see it's unmistakably from this glove. What? And that's not all. There is one more item we must take note of, namely these dirt stains. That's what I was trying to point at, Iggy. I suggest we do a comparative analysis of the dirt stains from the newspaper and the glove. If the contents match up, then it will prove to be decisive evidence. Bailiff, please have these dirt samples sent to the forensics for analysis immediately. Grr, Edgeworth, Sebastian, you lowly prosecutors. Do you have any idea who I am? Pops, you can't run away anymore. It's been proven in court that you concealed the evidence, and that you tried to cover for the defendant. You're saying that I'm guilty? That I'll be sent to prison? Me, Blaze Debeste? A couple of snot-nosed punks are gonna make me disappear? There must be some mistake. Be a man and admit your crimes. Do you really think you can survive if I'm not around? I'll be fine now. I thought I wanted to become the best prosecutor, so I could get your approval, Pops. But when I was kidnapped by your men, and stuck in that dark room, I started thinking, I am truly powerless. I despaired and averted my eyes from the truth. But at that moment, Mr. Edgeworth stepped in and showed me the way. And now, I am no longer just a child chasing after his father's approval. I've become capable. I can find evidence all on my own now. What? My men kidnapped you? Why were you... Pops, I'll show you the truth you never knew. Through this trial. Sebastian! How dare you speak to me like that? You should have just stayed as an idiot's son. You may have hated me to the very end, Pops. But I've always looked up to you. Thank you for everything up until now. And goodbye. Ooh. You. Since when did you? All you've ever been able to do was depend on me! Sebastian! Is he going to burn up his other fake beard? It has been established that the evidence was concealed by Blaze Debeste himself. A judgment regarding his concealment of evidence shall be delivered at a separate trial. The missing chisel and knife still have yet to be found. However, once a search of the waste disposal site is underway, they will surely be discovered. The knife will be found? But what will happen to me if it's found? No need to worry. You'll simply receive the punishment you deserve for your crime. Grrr, punishment? For me? Blaze, what in the world are you doing? You... After all your boasting about being able to create your own truths and not guilty verdicts. That's why I contacted you, immediately after the prison incident in the first place. And to make matters worse, you even kidnapped the wrong kid. I just can't believe this. You really, really, really are completely useless! That was certainly a violent outburst. But you heard her, Prosecutor Debeste. Can't believe Blaze blew up twice, yes. Yeah, she got flustered and said a bunch of important stuff. Right? Indeed. That's correct. He still doesn't seem very sure of himself. Very well, and with that, this court is adjourned. God damn it. What? Huh? Who are you? Go away, Lang. Please. Not now, Lang. Judge Courtney, it's still too early for a happy ending. Lang Z says, the end of the trial is not always the end of the case. And who might you be? The name's Shilong Lang. I'm just a humble, lone investigator. Do you have some objection with this trial? Ha! Not a chance. The defendant there has a heart as black as a moonless night. Lang? Don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago? You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison, where you belong. 12 years is a long time coming for a suspended sentence. Don't you agree? Agent Lang, what are you talking about? The SS5 incident from 12 years ago. It's a case I'll never forget. There's so many incident numbers to remember. 12 years ago? Well, a lot has changed. It all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and my father were close friends, and our clan protected the president's life. But then, he suddenly changed. It's as if he became an entirely different person. Nowadays, he doesn't even have a shred of faith in the police force of Zengfar. 12 years ago? I wonder what went on then. Might it have something to do with Lang's father and President Huang? Patricia Rowland, and you, Debeste. Back then, the two of you killed off the Lang clan. Oh. Were you involved in the incident 12 years ago? That's right, I was. However, I'm not here to chase after ghosts of the past. I'm here for you, Justine Courtney. Me? You, and one other. Oh god. He's going after Sebastian, isn't he? Or maybe John. John! Miss Courtney, you're coming along too. As a suspect in the murder of the president of Zengfar, Di Junhyang. Agent Lang, what evidence do you... Settle down, Mr. Prosecutor. The investigation has only just begun. We're going to inspect the crime scene with the suspects in attendance. Agent Lang, did he get his hands on some new pieces of evidence? If you have any objections, then you can tag along as well. I shall do just that. The end of the trial is not always the end of the case. There are still many mysteries yet unsolved surrounding the murder of the president. Namely, the true nature of the giant monster, and... They'd come and get me. I'll be looking forward to it. That is, if you can bring me to justice. But I highly doubt that. The true identity of the person on the other end of the phone. Well, okay, he didn't go after Sebastian. That's good, because he is my son and I will protect him. This case is nuts, yes. Parental relationship ended with Debeste. Now Miles Edgeworth is my pops. Yes. Wow. Okay. Well, let's do a little bit of this next segment at least, because I want to see what happens next. Yeah. What is the time? Oops. 6 p.m. Okay. The cat never reappeared, so I'm guessing she burnt out and fell asleep. It's pronounced as Jeng. Ah, thank you. Jengfa? Is that it? Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that, so thank you for letting me know. Edgy has 2 kids now. Yes. He's collecting his own little group. Jengfa. Cool, thank you. 2:52 p.m. outside Grand Tower, temporary film lot. Could you please give it a rest already? The heck? I'm telling y'all, it's best for all y'all's sake to come clean. The staff has their lips sealed shut as the reporters continue their tenacious negotiations. If you're not here to cooperate with the investigation, I must ask you to vacate the premises. sock in it, Copper. You couldn't even stop Mozilla's invasion. Thank you. Not only did they secretly raise a giant monster, but now the staff is trying to cover it up. Like I said, we haven't been raising any monsters here at the film lot. But ain't you said you done so gaudy yourself? Sure, I saw it. But it's not like we were keeping it at the film lot. Mind if we butt in? Yeah. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. And John. Oh, you all come here to search for the monster too? We're searching for a criminal, not a monster. Langzi says. The darkness inside a criminal's heart can be likened to a monster. Well, when it comes to killing people, criminals aren't much different from monsters. Agent Lang, this is a problem. I can't let outsiders into the crime scene. These are all key figures in the case. I'd like them to be here when the investigation resumes. Agent Lang, regarding what you said about resuming the investigation, where do you intend to start? We'll start by reviewing the case. Okay, this is good since we just spent a lot of time with something totally different. So this is a good recap. Today, the body of President... is it Huang? Is that correct? The body of President Huang was found here at the film lot. The President's whereabouts from 2 nights ago are still unknown. It seems he snuck out from under the eyes of his bodyguards and ventured outside. And that night was the last time he was seen alive. It was when he met with you, Judge Courtney, on the roof of the Grand Tower. Do you know something? So, why did you meet with the President? That... I cannot say. You can't tell us? Even under suspicion of murder? Can't say. Why not? Miss Courtney, if you don't say anything, you'll only be more suspicious. Ha! She must have a reason to clam up. I think you're somehow involved in the President's assassination. Huang is the same? Is it the way I'm saying it? Huang? Cool. Getting flashbacks to when Lang randomly accused Francisca in the last game. Cool. Thank you very much. The President's body was only discovered today. That still leaves a blank of 1 whole day after Judge Courtney met with him unaccounted for. Don't be so impatient. We're gonna fill in that blank right here, right now. Move it, dude. The evening on that blank day in question is what's important. What happened here last night? So, why don't you tell us, John Marsh? Me? We know you were here last night. What? John was here? Between that little missy's testimony and the footprints we found, we can easily prove it. John, you were rehearsing here last night, right? You were spying on me? I'm sorry. I just came to check up on things. You really shouldn't be staying up so late, you know? Mind your own business. John Marsh, that young lady was worried about you. You will not speak to her like that. Sorry. How many times have I told you to be more mindful of the way you speak? Is it just me, or does Miss Courtney's personality seem kind of different? She seems to be as strict with her own son as she is with those who violate the law. Are you listening to me? And earlier as well. Even his milk carton sweats. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's hilarious. You should always bear that in mind, no matter the occasion. Can we get on with the investigation already? Ah, pardon me. For Judge Courtney to get carried away like that. This must be her motherly side. Agent Lang, do you still suspect John? All I want is the truth. Why was the president killed? And I want to know who killed him. I'll do whatever it takes to find out. It seems the president was like family to him. John, would it be alright if we asked you a few questions? Sure, it's fine. I've got nothing to hide anyway. John's rehearsal. Haven't done one of these in a while. I wasn't feeling too great during yesterday's shoot, so I made a few bloopers. They're reshooting the scene today, so... Well, I decided to rehearse a little on my own, that's all. I do it all the time. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. You were rehearsing alone that late at night? John, when I called you last night, you told me you were at the hotel. You called him? About what time was that? I believe it was around 11 p.m. I require him to call me every night. That's our rule whenever he stays away from home. The truth is, I was at the film lot during that time. So you lied to me. I'm sorry. This Courtney sure is angry. I think it's admirable that he practiced on his own, even if he hid it from his mum. I'm sure she was simply worried. Who knows what could have happened to him out alone so late at night? So she's seeing it from his side, and he's seeing it from her side, the parental side. That's hilarious. And in reality, he did get caught up in yesterday's incident. But John said there wasn't anything out of the ordinary, right? Is that really the truth? This game's amazing. Mummy mode has been activated. I wasn't feeling too great during yesterday's shoot, so I made a few bloopers. John, you said you didn't feel well. Could you tell me more concretely what was wrong? That doesn't matter. I just wasn't feeling well, alright? You weren't feeling well? Maybe you drank too much milk. What? How'd you... no, I mean, that's not it. So he didn't feel well because of his stomach. When I was young, I was told that chewing milk makes it easier on your stomach, you know? This conversation is over. Anyways, I made a few bloopers. They're reshooting the scene today, so they plan to reshoot the scene today, and you were practicing for that last night. My mistakes cause a lot of trouble for the people around me. I'm a pro, so practicing that much more is natural. He certainly does have an admirable sense of responsibility. John is incredibly dedicated to his craft. He didn't even make any major mistakes in those bloopers. But he said if it would make the movie just a tiny bit better... Shut up! You don't need to go around blabbering about stupid stuff like that. I'm sorry. If only he was a little more cooperative, I'd have no complaints. Anyway, that's what happened. Well, I decided to rehearse a little on my own, that's all. John, about your testimony just now. John Marsh, don't I always tell you? A lot of parental things going around in this case, yes. If you're going to practice by yourself, you have to let me know beforehand. I know. My time to speak was completely stolen away from me. I shall ask you once more. John, about your testimony just now. But you know, John, I think that's really great. Again? I bet putting in an honest effort like that will make someone even more talented. You'll go from a little thief to a middle thief, and then someday you'll become a great thief. I'll be doing my best, so you do your best too, okay, John? Now then, if I may. John, do you often rehearse in that way? At last, at long last, I finally got to ask my question. The writing in this is amazing. Oh. I do it all the time. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. Actually, we haven't saved in a little bit, so I'm just going to save. Middle, part 1. We made it to the middle of the case. Oops. So there was nothing out of the ordinary. He doesn't know anything at all about the incident. That's the impression I'm getting. But isn't there evidence that shows something did happen last night? Yes. I don't have time to waste dealing with a child's lies. Let's present the contradiction. Where was that statement? Yeah. I do it all the time. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. There are no mistakes in that testimony, correct? Of course there's no mistakes. It was just a normal, peaceful night. Nothing out of the ordinary happened at all. A peaceful night? How can you say that when an incident like this has occurred? Okay, he's still a child. Please don't get seriously angry. So there was nothing out of the ordinary. He doesn't know anything at all about the incident. Oh yeah, we read that dialogue. Alright, so Penny says she saw Gordy, apparently. Where's the proof of that? Do we have her testimony? We do have the practice video. Alright, I guess it's the video. Well, this does show the footprint was there. Maybe that's what we're going for? Oh yeah, we should see what happens when we get it wrong. Badge. John, your statement is clearly incorrect. Ah, don't just drink milk. Haven't you been taught to drink milk and listen to others at the same time? What's that, old man? Were you talking to me? Ugh, he wasn't even listening. Mr. Edgeworth, John's making a fool of you, isn't he? It seems it will be necessary to teach him the harshness of the real world. I must silence him with evidence, so we can't make any more of these cheeky remarks. Cheeky remarks. Oops, I didn't mean to press. I meant to present. Nothing out of the ordinary, that's just Pac-Man. The endless milk carton. Yes. No, already seen that one. Stop drinking milk! See if there's any more failure dialogue here. John, could you take a look at this piece of evidence? No. Do you think your selfishness will pass by unchallenged? It's not selfishness. Just one glance at that piece of evidence told me it was useless. Oh, so this wasn't it. Mr. Prosecutor, doesn't it look like this pup's making fun of you? In that case, I just need to present evidence that he can't make fun of. Everyone's jumping in to help us out. Or rather, make fun of us. Oh, not this one again, go away. Because there's usually like 3 different ones, so I want to see if we can get the 3rd one. Once more. Okay. Just gonna reload, get my health back. These animations are really good, aren't they? Tough guy and a meek kid mixed into one. Edgeworth gets body slammed by an 8-year-old boy. Alright, let's, whoops. Hit the wrong button. I'll try presenting the camera footage. The videotape, yeah. Or actually, it might be that the head fell down. Last night it fell off the studio roof. I'll go for that. I got it right. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary. That's a lie, isn't it? A monster's head fell from the roof of that building. Surely you must have known about that. I don't know anything about it. Is that true? I told you, I just practiced a bit and then I went back. I don't know anything about Mozilla's head falling or anything like that. Or do you have evidence to show that I know something? There certainly isn't any evidence of that. It's also possible that it fell after John had already gone back. If there's no evidence, then like I said, we're done talking. We're not done talking yet. What now? The falling monster's head wasn't the only unusual thing that happened last night. And this is something you should be well aware of. What happened last night, aside from Mozilla's head falling? Let's see, there was a badge. It flew through the sky. John, take a look at this. And what's that supposed to be? Don't you understand? This shows what happened last night. Have I left you speechless? You're so far off the mark that I have nothing to say. Ugh, was I really that far off? Let's review what happened here last night one more time. Yes, I won't let this child make a fool of me any longer. Sorry, Edgeworth, I've got bad news for you. Why are you getting so worked up about that? Anyway, just what was it that happened last night? Footsteps. We have evidence right here. So I do save scum? Yeah. Because I want to try all the wrong answers to see what people say. Because there's some pretty funny conversations there. Both of the twins are sleeping. Oh, nice. Well done, Tag. Good luck. Ah, could that be? That's right. It's the video you recorded of your performance. Oh, what? You're telling me you have video from last night? Exactly. And in this video, there is clearly something that is out of the ordinary. This is a monster's footprint. Would you say that monsters' footprints are commonplace on a film set? John, why did you conceal this video from us? No reason, really. Hey, pup, this is no joking matter. You had a reason to hide it, right? John Marsh, answer him clearly. Uh-oh, she used his full name. But Mum! Well? I didn't want anyone to see me rehearsing. That's right, he's got good music. In other words, you're embarrassed about others seeing you practice. Yeah, got a problem with that? You're saying that's why you hid the evidence? John! Eep! Quit nagging me. You've already busted me. What more do you want? Completionist tendencies? Yeah. Yeah, I do that a lot. Yeah, you'll see in my Hollow Knight playthrough, if you watch more of that, I just keep playing that to get all the things. Yeah, the footprints were there, but I just practiced and headed home. How come you're so calm after finding those footprints? It's a monster, you know? A real live monster. Oh, I thought it was just a part of the set. Besides, there's lots of other weird stuff around here too. He's suspicious, Chief. This kid's really suspicious. You're right. The smell of a scoop stinks to high heaven. Shut up. We're done talking. Wait up. My turn for my theme, says Lang. Agent Lang. It's as I thought. Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor. This video backs up my logic. Uh-oh. Huh? Is there something in the video that's related to the case? Yeah. Take a good hard look at the monster costume in the top left. The Muzilla costume? Oh. Try comparing it with the one over there right now. It looks like it's just hanging there limply though. And the zipper on its back is zipped up tightly. Zipper on its back? What? This discrepancy is... Yeah, the difference is plain to see. So the body could have actually been hidden in there. In the video, the zipper is clearly open. That's right. Someone was inside. What? Mr. Powers, is the costume zipper usually? It's always zipped up tightly when it's not in use. Mr. Prosecutor, do you remember my logic from before? 2 nights ago, Courtney pushed the president off the roof and killed him. Afterwards, she snuck into the film lot to hide the body. In here? Wouldn't it be easy to hide a body in a costume or behind all this equipment? Then, all she had to do last night was retrieve the body. You're saying the body was hidden inside the costume? Yeah, that's right. Judge Courtney, 2 nights ago, you pushed the president off the roof of the tower. You then hid the body inside the monster costume. I did no such thing. Say what you want, but you're the only one who could have done it. You know it's serious when your mum uses your full name. Yep. You'll watch part 4 when I end stream? No worries. I hope you enjoy it. That should have already been proven impossible. The film lot was locked at the time. Judge Courtney could not have entered this place. And what if there was an accomplice? Oh god. Yeah, he's gonna pin John as an accomplice. What? I'll tell you my reasoning, so listen up. And here comes the what ifs. Does he really think Courtney could have lifted the president's corpse by herself? Okay, I guess not. Yeah. Yep, mother and son theory. Oh dear. When the president was pushed off the roof, John was waiting at the film lot. If John was an accomplice, the problem with the locks would be resolved. The two of them then hid the president's body. Inside that monster costume over there. You think this crime had such an elaborate plan? Edgeworth, do you remember any of the other cases from any of these games? They're all more elaborate than that. To take the life of a nation's president. An elaborate plan is to be expected, don't you think? John would never take part in such a crime. You're the one being suspected. Your words don't carry much weight. I wouldn't think those two had sufficient motive for something like this, though. Well, maybe they had a motive that we didn't know about. You were the last one to meet with the president, and you're still keeping the details secret. Don't you think it's only natural that you're being suspected? Judge Courtney, is there no way for you to tell us your secret? My apologies. I just cannot, no matter what. However, when the time I can talk about it comes, I will surely let you know. So, if you could please... Believe you? Is that what you wanted to say? That's what all criminals say. And you, pup, if you've got an explanation, hurry up and spit it out. I didn't do nothing. That's all I'm saying. Both mother and son won't talk. You still gonna defend them like this? It's true, Judge Courtney's actions are a mystery. However, we still don't know whether or not that ties in with a motive for murder. Yeah, that's right. Their motive for murder can wait. For now, let's talk about the situation surrounding the crime. And the fact that these two are the only ones who could have done it. Mother and son theory. I mean, to be fair, we have no idea who did it. We have no counter suspect apart from this mysterious kidnapper who we don't even know who they are. Maybe Shelley the killer? I don't know. When the president was pushed off the roof, John was waiting at the film lot. Agent Lang, don't tell me you're saying John was an accomplice. John still looks like a grade school kid. He's even got a kiddie backpack to boot. How could he be an accomplice? There's just no way. Like I said, John's already in middle school, and the backpack is a part of his costume. Langzi says, no matter how young the cub, never pity an ungrateful pup. He may be a little brat, but a villain deserves no mercy. So Mr. Langzi didn't make any allowances for age. Mr. Prosecutor, you're not just defending him because he's a pup, are you? Of course, that was never my intention. I shall present suitable evidence in due course. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. My logic's just getting started. If John was an accomplice, the problem with the locks would be resolved. How would that resolve the problem? I figured you'd ask that, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, it's actually quite simple. Listen up. First, that woman pushes the president off the roof. She pushes him off. Then, that brat, who knew the combination for the lock, unlocks the film lot. I see. The combination unlocks the brat. Okay, it's the opposite. That's all it takes. With this, the problem of the lock is solved. Your theory that she couldn't get in because she didn't know the combination no longer flies. Regarding the lock, that certainly is a plausible explanation. Agent Lang, thank you for your clear explanation. Please continue with what you were saying before. If you're going to give up, you better do it now. The two of them then hid the president's body. Logic? Supposing those two were accomplices, why would they have needed to leave the body hanging there for an entire day? Why don't you give it a rest and take a good hard look at reality? Thanks to their trickery, our investigation has been confused up until now. Doesn't that about answer your question? Got it? Those two hid the body. Inside that monster costume over there. Mr. Lang's logic does seem to make sense. Indeed, if those two were accomplices, the crime certainly would have been possible, so it would be useless to argue that point. In that case, what should we do? Firstly, we should have Ancient Lang? Oops. Agent Lang explain his reasoning in more detail. Let's draw out more information. So this last statement. But if they were filming on that day, wouldn't they have used a costume? inside that monster costume over there. In the video, we cannot see the inside of the costume. So can you really say for certain that the body was placed inside? Yeah, I'll give you that much. In that case, why don't we try examining it? The inside of that costume. There might be some traces left inside. Mr. Powers, may we examine the inside of the costume? Sure, go ahead. But it might be kind of stinky, since I sweat a lot in there. This is incredibly dirty. That's strange. Uh-oh. We always make sure to clean it after using it, so that the sweat doesn't damage the costume. Isn't this just proof that someone besides you used this costume? I'd say that dirt from the body probably got into the costume. The president's body did fall on top of the monster's footprint. That must be where the dirt came from. Are you satisfied now? There's dirt inside the costume. It must have gotten there when the body was hidden inside. So, dirt got into the costume when the body was hidden inside. Wouldn't that mean that the dirt was transferred from the body? Ha! Isn't that obvious? How else would you say it got there? There's dirt stuck everywhere inside this costume. It looks particularly bad around the chest area. Dirt around the chest. We cannot overlook this fact. Mr. Lang's logic does seem to make sense. Yeah, we've seen that dialogue. Alright, dirt around the chest. So when was this photo? I mean, doesn't this prove it? That they were using the costume yesterday? Apparently not. Agent Lang, it seems there is a clear contradiction in your statement. Lang Z says, always question words without evidence. Ha, but it seems I don't even need to question the words that you're saying. It's clearly a pathetic bluff. Oh, so that was wrong? Yeah, we've seen this dialogue last time we faced him. Well, he didn't have any dirt on his chest. He had some weird yellow stain. Dirt got onto the costume when the body was hidden inside it. Is that really the case? You have a problem with that? There is a fair amount of dirt inside the front of the costume. Yeah, that is a lot of dirt. However, I would like you to focus on the state the body is in. It's lying on top of the dirt, and yet there's no dirt on the front of the body. If the body really was inside the costume, then it's strange that the front of the body isn't stained with more dirt. Well then, how would you explain it? How did the dirt get inside the costume? From the video footage, it's very likely that someone was inside the costume. But just who could it have been? Where have I seen this? What's the matter, Kay? I just feel like I remember seeing something that looked like this dirt somewhere before. But where was it? There were these bits of grey fragments mixed in with the dirt. Grey fragments? There does seem to be something other than normal dirt mixed into it. Something must have gotten stuck to it, and lots of it, I might add. Something got stuck to it. This may merit a closer look. Where did we see dirt that looks like what's stuck on the inside of the costume? How the freak? Was it blades? I guess? But maybe it was the garbage truck. This is what you're thinking of, isn't it, Kay? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you sure are sharp. Naturally. But too bad, not this time. Ah, oh, you should have just said that in the first place. She toyed with us. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you remember? Dirt, dirt, where else did we see this dirt? Dirt. Wasn't there a piece of evidence that had dirt on it? It's on the tip of my brain, but I just can't quite place it. Where on earth have we seen dirt like this before? Where on earth? Get it? Eh. Well, this is getting bonkers. Well, getting here. Hang on, do we have the... No, we don't. Okay, so it's the gloves. This dirt has some grey bits mixed into it. Huh? And what of it? We found an item belonging to a certain man that was covered in the same type of dirt. That is to say, these gloves. Those dirt stains certainly look the same, but tell me, just what exactly is this grey substance? This grey substance is a save file. I made that Earth pun when you were playing the first Dragon Quest Builders. Wow, I don't even remember. That definitely sounds like something I would do though. Concrete? Plastic? Paint? Concrete, I guess, from the broken... from where the footprints came from. Yeah, I think concrete's the right answer, so we'll go with both the other ones first. Yes, I believe it's plastic. Your thoughts? Ha! You don't sound very convinced, Mr. Prosecutor. Put more bang into your claims, like you usually do. Ah, As for my opinion on the matter, I'll tell you right now that stuff is definitely not plastic. So that wasn't it. Let's take another good look at the state of the crime scene. What would be the most likely thing here to have dirt stuck on it? Right. If we focus our thinking on that, the answer should come naturally. Paint. No matter how you look at it, this must be paint. Motorcycle driving up and down the street? Mr. Prosecutor, when did you become so scatterbrained? No matter how you look at it, this doesn't look like paint. I suppose not. Let's take another good look at the state of the crime scene. Yep, likely thing here to have dirt. Let's just get some health back. Hang on, what was the evidence that went missing? A knife and a chisel, right? Would a chisel be enough to break through concrete? Probably not, right? You'd need like a jackhammer, right? I don't know. This grey substance must be fragments of concrete. You mean the stuff that was scattered around the monster's footprints? Exactly. Meanwhile, who do these gloves, which are stained with the same kind of dirt, belong to? Oh, I remember. We found it at Blaze's place. Earlier today, we went to Blaze's garage. There, we discovered these dirt-stained gloves. Come to think of it, there were also hammers, shovels, and other tools placed inside as well. Why would mechanics' gloves, intended to be used on machines, be covered in dirt? If he broke the concrete with the hammer, and then dug into the soil with the shovel, then it's only natural for dirt like that to get on the gloves. Then maybe... Yes, the true nature of the monster's footprints has been made clear. It's possible that these footprints were dug up by Blaze Debeste himself. It's possible. Ha! It's possible, you say. Please do enlighten me, because I honestly have no clue. Why on earth would he do something like that? Why did he make the monster footprints? Thinking about it, the answer must be... he buried the evidence here, I assume? Yeah, I think this is where he ended up burying... Why did he bury the bell here as well, though? There are mason's chisels used for stones and concrete. Ah, okay. That's cool. He was digging something up. It's possible he was digging something up. It probably went something like this. Last night at this spot, there was something that Blaze needed to dig up. For that reason, he broke the lock on the back door and sneaked into the film lot. Is this the right answer? Using the hammer and shovel, he set to work. He placed the items he dug up into his bag, but before he could fill in the holes... Ah, that's when John came to practice. Okay, I think this is actually the right answer. Just gonna check the other answer. Okay, what would he have been digging up? Maybe something to do with 12 years ago. He buried something. Could it have been because he buried something? He buried something? I smell treasure! So, what did he bury? If we want to find that out, we'll have to dig it up ourselves. You think the police wouldn't have already investigated that? There was absolutely nothing buried beneath those footprints. It seems that was wrong. In that case, we should assume the opposite. He dug something up. It probably went something like this. Alright. Alright, and then John showed up. And then I guess he was forced to just leave the footprints there. You could say he was digging up the past. Ah, yeah. Digging for his own truths, maybe. Ah, that's when John came to practice. Exactly. Blaze panicked and had no choice but to hide himself in the Mozilla costume nearby. Grr. To think he would deduce so much from just a pair of dirt-stained gloves. However, all of this is merely a possibility. There's still no proof that he was the one who was hiding inside that costume. For all we know, he might have left the scene once he finished digging. On the contrary, such proof does exist and can be seen in the video. Yeah, can it now? When this video was recorded, Blaze was definitely inside the film lot. What? Though I can't blame Agent Lang for not noticing. The difference between the current film lot and the one in John's video. Along with the state of Blaze's garage, it's all too clear that Blaze was still here. What proves that Blaze was still at the film lot when this video was recorded? I wasn't following at all. Is that bag full of his tools, maybe? Yeah, that's my theory there. I was probably supposed to see that bag. Yeah, just no proof, just like all his theories. Yeah, as much possibility as his stuff. Hypocrite much? Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's this random staircase. This proves that Blaze was still at the film lot. How exactly does it prove that? Yeah, I'd like a better explanation as well. Alright, so this has nothing to do with Blaze. If something belonging to Blaze could be seen in the video, then proving it would be easy. Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there anything that comes to mind? Something belonging to Blaze. Does anything like that appear in the video? Well, Mr. Prosecutor, how about it? Is there really any evidence that Blaze Debeste was there? There's no need to rush, Agent Lang. I was hoping they would show me the garage again. I'm gonna go for this bag. Yep, okay. This bag placed near the costume. There was an identical one inside Blaze's garage. Garage? Garage? First, the dirt on the gloves, and now the bag. It seems there is a connection. And that's my proof. Blaze was inside the costume. Ergo, the President's body could not have been hidden inside it. Yeah. It seems I was able to refute Agent Lang's reasoning. Someone needs to go investigate Blaze's house right away, pal. We need to know what was inside that bag. Yes, sir. Y'all pipe down and listen up. Y'all just been saying whatever works best for y'all. And the noisy one returns. There's the footprints of the mighty Mozilla. They ain't just some random holes dug up by that old coot. I believe the true nature of these footprints has already been proven quite logically. Logic schmogic, I ain't buying it. Say what you want, but I know what I saw, and I saw Mozilla. Is she referring to how she saw Mozilla out the window of the Grand Tower? Preposterous. That still hasn't been explained. Gumshoe zips open the bag and a whole nother corpse spills out. Oh no! Please. Please no. Upon our journalists' souls, we ain't having none of it. That statement is an insult to journalists everywhere. Ah, that's right. There's more to them monsters than just these footprints. I remember hearing that Sunny over there was seen with the monster earlier. I reckon that gal over there said she witnessed it herself. When these two are together, all meaningful talk grinds to a halt. If we only knew just what the monster really was, I think those two would quiet down. Mr. Edgeworth, isn't there anything you can do? The monster's true identity. We don't have much choice. Let's see what we can do. Isn't there something y'all ain't telling us about the monster? Nicole, ask him. Ask him right now. Please settle down. Regarding the true identity of that monster, I already know what it is. Oh god. Alright, well let's save. Hey Lude, welcome. Yeah, she still believes there's a monster being hidden somewhere. What'd you say? That's right. The video John recorded proved the hint that I needed. What you talking about? Miss Nicole saw Gordy when she went to check up on John's practice. At that time, she mistook something for Gordy. The monster can be seen in this photograph. The camera? Really? Was it really the camera? What? Ain't that just some plain old souvenir photo? You all don't really think you can pull the wool over the eyes of a pro like me, do you? What did Mr. Coles really see that she mistook for Gordy? Bum, 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 bum. She saw him! Oh no! The Gordy that Miss Nicole saw was actually this. There ain't no fooling a real pro. You're saying this is Gordy? It don't look nothing like it. Ugh! I had my suspicions. Let's double check what Gordy looks like. Something with a similar shape might be in the photo. Indeed, Gordy's shape. This is a fun callback to the first case that Lotta was in, where we had to prove what Gordy was there as well. Naturally, Gordy's true identity was this camera crane. What? The video John recorded was shot from fairly high up. A shot from this position would be impossible without a camera crane. She was on the 51st floor. But there ain't no way Miss Nichols would mistake a camera crane for Gordy. I wonder about that. Miss Nichols? Yes? Earlier, you said the prescription for your glasses didn't match your eyesight anymore, correct? Yes. Lately, it seems like my eyesight has suddenly gotten a lot worse. So, would you say that you weren't able to see Gordy very clearly in the dark? That's right. Its silhouette was all I could make out. But remember what Miss Nichols said? And I quote, its skin was really scaly, almost like a reptile. Camera cranes ain't got no flesh on them, let alone skin. It's just a bare steel frame. That is certainly true, at least in the case of this photo. However, last night it did have skin. You're just doing whatever you can to get in the way of our big scoop, ain't ya? That was not my intention. But since I've come this far, it's time to put an end to your nonsense. Put an end to her nonsense. Wow. Gordy's skin is right before our very eyes. This is the skin of Gordy that Miss Nichols saw. I guess the tablecloths. Something random. The fence! This is the true identity of Gordy's skin. And just how could something like that be taken for skin, you heinous prosecutor? You're just spouting nonsense, trying to take our whole scoop for yourself. You're pure evil. You're a demon prosecutor. That is decidedly not what I'm trying to do. On its own, the crane bears no resemblance to Gordy at all. Something must have been draped over the crane. Last night it looked like it was going to rain. And if that's the case, there's only one thing it could have been. It could have been me reloading my save file, because I've lost a lot of health actually. Okay. A lot of with the AA1 burn, yeah. As Miss Nichols stated in her testimony earlier, it looked like it was going to rain last night. While it never actually rained, John still covered the camera crane with a rainproof sheet, which, to Miss Nichols, looked like a monster's skin. What? You gotta be kidding me. Isn't that right, John? Man, you saw through it all. Not bad, old man. Unfortunately, the Gordy that Miss Nichols saw was nothing more than an illusion. Not again. Looks like my dream has shriveled up and died once again. Mentor. Seems like things have finally settled down. I really thought the boy was hiding something from me. Guess I had it all wrong. Now that we've figured out the true form of the monster, everyone seems refreshed. Actually, there's two people here who are totally bummed out. Agent Lang! The report is in, sir. We've got the results of President Huang's autopsy. Good, show it to me. Contusions and bone fractures found across the body, resulting from tremendous pressure. So, this was the cause of death. In other words, he was crushed to death. I thought as much. Confirmation. So wait, what was the eye that Lotta saw? Because the camera crane wouldn't go up 51 floors, right? That's kind of ridiculously tall. The yellow stain on his chest is currently under investigation. But it seems that gunpowder residue was found on his right hand. Sunflower residue? I didn't know the president was into gardening. No, gunpowder residue. Traces of it are left behind when a gun is fired. Since it has been found on his right hand, it's possible that the president fired a gun. A gun, huh? But we didn't find any guns when we investigated this area. Unexplained gunpowder residue. I'll have to look over the autopsy report later. Now then, Agent Lang. It seems we have our answer. Well, how about we look over the report now? Oh, never mind. I don't have it. Maybe it's... Ah, here we go. Victim, Dijun Huang, age 58. Gunpowder residue was found on his right hand. The yellow stain on his suit is being analysed. April 5th around 11 PM was the time of death. That was when John said he was here. Cause of death, contusions and bone fractures found across the body, resulting from tremendous pressure. Ah yeah, and then there's just the picture of him. The president did not die from falling off the roof of the Grand Tower. Rather, he died from being crushed under Mozilla's head. I can't deny it. Looks like your logic was right after all. This means the suspicions surrounding Miss Courtney should be cleared up, right? Yes. Not only the cause of death, but the time of death proves her innocence as well. Judge Courtney met with the president 2 nights ago. However, according to the autopsy report, the time of death was around 11 PM last night. Mozilla's head also fell last night. It matches up perfectly. Demon prosecutor? Nah, that was Manfred. Yeah, Manfred was quite a demon prosecutor. Edgeworth was a lot like him though in his early days. That's a relief. Oh god, what now? Isn't it a bit too early to be relieved? Agent Lang? The president died after being crushed by the Mozilla's head. That I will admit. But the problem is, who was responsible for the falling head? Mozilla's head fell last night, and last night, the one who was at the film lot was... What are you saying? Surely you're not implying... That's right. You killed him, didn't you? John Marsh? That pup is hiding something. He was at the scene where the body was discovered last night. He also saw the footprints. And despite that, he still claims to know absolutely nothing about the incident. Isn't that a bit too convenient? These footprint-shaped holes have not been proven to be related to the case. Just because he saw the holes doesn't necessarily mean that he's involved in the incident. You sure about that? Take a look at the pup's face. He's definitely hiding something. He looks pretty shaken up to me. It looks like he hit the mark, but John doesn't want to talk about it. If he doesn't feel like talking, then I have an idea of my own. Let's check out the tape. Agent Lang, what is your intention? The police have a device that lets you analyse the video footage up close and personal. Agent Lang, You would suspect John enough to go that far? As long as John's lips are sealed. This may be the only way for us to get closer to the truth. What if we just took him to the chess dimension? And also we've proven that Debeste was there, right? I guess we don't know for sure until someone checks out what's in that bag. But, I mean, we've cast plenty of suspicion on Blaze as well. Detective Gumshoe, if I'm not mistaken, you have that device with you, correct? Mr. Analysis is ready to go, sir. Now we're talking. Prosecutor Edgeworth, would you please perform the video analysis for us? She wants me to do it. Who knows what kind of faults that Wolfman will find in it? This isn't exactly my strong suit, but I suppose I have no choice. Are there any new clues shown in the video? Well, let's zoom and enhance. There we go. I can see. What does that say? I don't know. Zoom. Zoom. Is that a footprint? Maybe? Zoop. Zoop. Oh, okay. Suddenly, man appears. I found a Street Fighter character hiding in the background. Let's present the wrong area first. Eureka! There's nothing of interest here. Okay. Never mind. From the darkness. Men! You immediately thought it was Blanca or something? This is... What's the matter? I want to see too. Eek! Hey, what's wrong? Show it to me. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I request you submit the evidence to the court. Please take a look at the top right corner of the zoomed-in video. This person is... the president! Impossible! Huh? No way! It seems we've finally found it at last. The evidence that points to the true killer. This video places John at a major disadvantage. You're wrong. That's not right. I didn't know anything about this. That's not gonna cut it. It's clear that you and the victim were together at the same place where his body was later found. John Marsh, there's no doubt. You killed the president. Oh, Lang. No, this can't be. Why? Why would you... John, please don't tell me. Did you really kill the president? Mr. Edgeworth, is this really decisive evidence? Mr. Prosecutor, looks like even you can't object to this. That pup said he didn't know anything, right? And yet, the president's right here in the video. John, what are you hiding? John, please tell us the truth. The truth is... I bet he was threatened by, Debeste. Blaze Debeste. Street Fighter Ace Attorney crossover confirmed. The truth is... it's all my fault. John Marsh, what did you do? Mozilla's head falling was all my fault. Oh dear. During the rehearsal. While I was setting up the equipment on the roof, I used the heater. After that, I went down to practice, but I forgot to turn it off. Then my mum called me, so I left the film lot. When I came back to the lot after the phone call was over, Mozilla's head that was on the roof had fallen, and right next to it was the president lying dead on the ground. How can that be? I see. There were indeed traces that something had caught fire on the rooftop. It was just a small fire, so I was able to put it out by myself. So, the president's death was John's fault? But wouldn't that make this an accident, sir? And then, what did you do with the fallen head? I took it apart, brought the pieces up to the roof, and put it back together. So, you put out the fire, and even put the fallen head back on the roof. Which means you were hiding evidence. We can't be having that, you naughty little pup. I didn't do it on purpose. I really did just forget to turn off the heater. When the legs broke, the stand would have tilted. If Mozilla's head was on top of the stand, it would have fallen off. So the head fell down because of the fire. Yes, and if that's the case, I also have a pretty good idea what caused the fire. There's a flammable can next to the heater. It seems someone is lacking in safety awareness. Was it really just an accident? If that's the truth, then what was the president doing here? I don't know. There was no one else around when I was there. You expect me to believe that? The president wouldn't have just come to a place like this without a reason, you know. Indeed, the president's reason for coming here is still a huge mystery. 2 nights ago, he met with Judge Courtney on the roof of the Grand Tower. And last night, he was here at the film lot. Did he meet with John? I'll have to listen to John's testimony very carefully. Bringing down M. Bison in court and seeing his breakdown animation would be amazing. It would. How can we get the presto music now? There's still so much to answer. Yes. It's a fake out. It's only middle part 1, you know. It's got to be a fake out. During the rehearsal. While I was setting up the equipment on the roof, I used the heater. John, you are still young. I know it can get a little cold in early spring, but you shouldn't have to resort to a heater. It is precisely because he is young that he must make sure to take good care of himself. However, while it can get a bit chilly during this time of year, I wouldn't necessarily say... Hold it, old man. Is this really the right time to be having this argument? God, he's completely right. John, you did well to get the better of Mr. Edgeworth, but please mind your language. Let's not forget that he got the better of you too, Your Honour. I know, Mum. So, where was I? After that, I went down to practice, but I forgot to turn it off. You forgot to turn off the heater. You didn't check it before leaving the roof. I meant to turn it off, but I was too focused on practicing, so... And come on, everyone forgets stuff like that sometimes. Yeah, I gotcha. I forget small things like that all the time too. Like sometimes, I'll forget to turn off the AC or the lights in Mr. Edgeworth's office. Or I'll jump off the ladder for his bookshelves. Or leave prank calls on his answering machine. What? But forgetting to turn off the heater is really dangerous, so you've got to be careful. Some of those things had nothing to do with forgetfulness. John, please continue. Looks like you've got it rough too, old man. Well, back to my story. She's exactly the type to just call him in the middle of a work day and leave a prank call. It's good. Then my mum called me, so I left the film lot. It was late at night at the film lot, and not a single member of the film crew was around. So then, why did you have to leave the premises in order to answer the phone call? I totally forgot about the phone call thing, so I kind of panicked. If I didn't answer it fast, I would have been busted for leaving the hotel without permission. In that case, why didn't you just answer it here? Because I was rehearsing. All the cameras and mics were on. If I talked here, every last word I said to Mum would have been caught on camera. So he was embarrassed that the conversation with his mother would be recorded. Anyways, I stopped practicing for a bit and rushed out of the film lot. When I came back to the lot after the phone call was over, in that phone call, you lied and said you were at the hotel, correct? Why didn't you tell your mum that you were rehearsing? If I told her that, she would have called the hotel and made them send me a taxi or something. Of course I would have. A child alone on the streets at that time of night? What sort of parent would allow their child to be in such a dangerous situation? I guess kids just don't understand how their parents feel. It goes both ways, Mr. Edgeworth. Indeed. Now then, John, please tell us about what happened after the phone call. Huh? Oh yeah, of course. When the call was finished, I came back here. Mozilla's head that was on the roof had fallen. Was there any indication that the head was about to fall? I don't know. I was focused on my rehearsal. So you forgot to turn off the heater, which led to a fire on the roof. I would think you should have at least heard something. Heard something? Oh, I was wearing headphones, so... Headphones? Listening to the movie's soundtrack helps me get into the scene. I had it on full blast. That's why I didn't hear anything. And yet, you noticed your mother's incoming call. I had my phone on vibrate, old man. That's how I noticed. Anyways, the head had fallen. And right next to it was the president, lying dead on the ground. Right next to it? What was the state of the body? I didn't get a good look, because it was dark. He's suddenly become as quiet as a mouse. I guess John doesn't really want to remember anything about the body. Is that the only reason why he's gone so quiet? Should I press him for more details? Nah. It's probably not important. It must have been a shock to discover the body as he did. I can't blame him for not wanting to talk about it. I'll leave him be for now. It'd be pretty scary to see a corpse just suddenly appear out of the blue like that. Not to mention the fallen monster head lying next to the body. Panic would certainly be an understandable response to such a situation. But still, all things considered, this was just an accident, right? Indeed. That is, if we decide to take John's words at face value. I wouldn't mind having some more concrete details. Get it? Concrete? On the state of the crime scene. Alright, we'll press in for more details. You didn't get a good look. Then how did you know he was dead? That's... well... He's clearly shaken. He must be hiding something. Wouldn't you normally call for help if you see someone collapsed on the ground? However, you did nothing of the sort. But he was already dead. Is that so? You seem quite certain that the president was already dead. Now, is there a reason for that, I wonder? The guy was collapsed on the ground, and right next to him was the fallen monster's head. I'm not stupid. It wasn't hard to imagine what happened. You can imagine whatever you want, but there was no way for you to know that he was dead. You actually checked to make sure the president was dead, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. I was scared, but I got up close to the body and checked to see if he was breathing. I thought as much. However, why would he hide that? There must be a reason. Please tell me the state of the body at that time. At first, I didn't know he was dead. I would have realised sooner if there had been any blood. But there wasn't a single drop, and his clothes were completely spotless. Either way, he wasn't breathing. That's how I knew he was already dead. Would you please append those statements to your testimony? But he had that yellow stuff. I didn't know right away that he was dead. There was no blood and his clothes were spotless. So, you were unable to tell if he was dead because of the lack of stains on his clothes. Are you certain of that? Of course I am. You guys saw the body too, right? So what's the big idea? You said that the area was dark, and yet you were still able to make that observation? I'm telling you, there wasn't a single stain on his entire body. Give it a rest, old man. Thank you, John. That was all I needed to hear. Are clean clothes that important to you, Mr. Edgeworth? Mine are freshly washed, though. Next, could you tell me how you determined that the President was dead? Well, there wasn't anything to let me know right away that he was dead, you see. But he wasn't breathing at all when I checked, so I knew he was already dead. And we got another statement. How did you check if he had stopped breathing? They taught us how at school. You get right up close to the person's nose and check to see if you can feel their breath. I never thought I'd have to do it for real though. That was really brave of you, to be able to do something like that. John, you sure are amazing for an elementary school kid. Okay, he's in middle school. Please try to get that into your head sometime soon. It'd be pretty scary to see a court. I've seen that dialogue. I guess this part's just a red herring, I assume, because we're going after the fact that he said the body was spotless. Just save. Also, I'm cold. I'm just turning on the heater. Objection! Here's a dead body. His clothes were spotless. Yeah, that's right. You got a problem with it, old man? John, it is painfully obvious that you are desperately trying to hide something from me. What are you going on about? I'm not hiding anything. You are hiding something about this yellow stain on the President's clothes, correct? Why did you leave it entirely out of your testimony? The fact you made no mention of it only serves to cast more suspicion upon yourself. A red hair? Oh, heater. Yeah, I'm turning on the heater. Don't forget to turn off my heater later. Yes! Oh, that's because... I hope you have a convincing explanation. Uh-oh. Here comes Mummy. Judge Courtney. Allow me to explain. Why are you? The yellow stain left on the President's chest is almost certainly lion lily pollen. Lion lily? When I met with the President on the roof of the Grand Tower 2 nights ago, I brought him a bouquet of lion lilies. Lion lilies are beautiful flowers with stunning golden petals. Some of the pollen from the lilies must have gotten on the President's suit. Huh? But... I didn't see any lilies in the security footage, though. They were simply obscured by the president's body. Why did you bring a bouquet? I cannot say. Hey, you're keeping way too many secrets. You won't tell us why you met with the president or the reason you brought him flowers. My apologies. However, I did give him the bouquet. That much is true. But when the president's body was discovered, we didn't find any flowers. I honestly don't know how that could be. Ha! Hey, Miss Judge. All your answers have been too vague. You can't say this, and you don't know that. Do you accept flimsy testimony like that in your trials? Hey, cut it out! Oh, a red herring. Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought they misheard me saying heater. Yeah, a red herring. Something that's intentionally misleading. She brought the flowers for the president's funeral! Looks like the heat is getting picked up on the mic, so I'm just going to quickly redo my noise filter. Okay. How does my voice sound? Does it sound alright? Let me know if it sounds weird and I'll redo it. Vague, just like your reasoning perhaps, Lang? Yeah. Hey, cut it out! John? I threw the flowers away. You threw them away? So, there were flowers near the body when you found it? Yeah, that's right. They were right on top of the president's body. They had been crushed as flat as pancakes, though. Ah, I see. So the flowers were squashed by Mozilla's head too. And a large amount of pollen got stuck to the president's suit. That seems to be the gist of it. However, why did you go out of your way to dispose of the flowers? No reason. Yeah, we have a lot of weird sayings. So, John's not going to tell us anything either. I guess mother and son both have a lot of secrets, huh? That is not true. At the very least, I can tell you why John threw away those flowers. Huh? John, you saw me leaving the house with those flowers in hand, did you not? Ah, I get it. John saw the flowers and thought of his mum. He threw them away in order to protect Judge Courtney from being suspected. That's not true. You're all wrong. That was his worst lie yet. Okay. I often decorate our house with those flowers. The bouquet must have reminded him of me. So, the pup just happens to find the flowers from his mother's bouquet on top of the body. That's why he threw them away and kept silent about the body. Ha! That's a tidy little story if I've ever heard one. And what's wrong with that? I suppose you prefer untidy, messy stories, Agent Lang? Don't tell me you've forgotten already, Missy. This pup confessed that he caused the monster's head to fall last night. Oh, that's true, but... He's currently the only suspect in the president's murder. Wait, only? Hello? Blaze Debeste? We know someone was in the suit? It is true that there are many reasons to suspect John. However, there is someone other than John who is far more suspicious. I have to point them out, don't I? Save. Just forget about Blaze, who is pure evil, yes. Yeah. What'd you say? John himself was kidnapped by that very person not too long ago. And we rescued him from the refrigerated warehouse near the harbour, pal. A refrigerated warehouse? That's right, pal. The refrigeration wasn't turned on, so he wasn't about to freeze to death. But if he hadn't yelled out for help, we would have never found him. Once the sleeping drugs wore off, he was finally able to call out for help. Sleeping drugs? Huh. If I recall correctly, when you were kidnapped. That's right. There was a bottle lying on the floor of the refrigerated warehouse. I think it was the same thing that was used on me not long ago. That Sleepy Z stuff. It's super powerful. Brand name Sleepy drugs. Sleepy Z. How about it, Agent Lang? John is clearly a victim. Yeah, I recommend it if you're finding this interesting. There's tons of it to watch. Yeah, really interesting story. There is a mastermind at work behind the scenes of this case. I don't know anything about this so-called mastermind. You say they were here last night. I still don't know for sure yet. Ha! It's not like you to be so vague, Mr. Prosecutor. Indeed, I still don't have any evidence that ties the mastermind to this murder. Is there someone else? Is there anyone besides John who had the opportunity to murder the president? That's it. As I thought. In the end, that pup is our only suspect. Okay. Just in case they make me point it out. Isn't there one more suspect, Agent Lang? What's this? Didn't we prove it earlier? Last night. There was one more person here. Blaze Debeste. You're saying he's the one who did it? Last night, John was not alone. Blaze Debeste was here too. Shouldn't we consider him to be a new suspect? Blaze Debeste killed the president? It's entirely possible. Blaze Debeste. It can't be. The same guy from 12 years ago? 12 years ago? That keeps popping up. Well, a lot has changed. It all happened over 12 years ago. Back then, he and my old man were close friends, and our clan protected the president's life. Lang, don't tell me you're the one from 12 years ago? You got it. Ain't this nice? Now you're finally going to prison, where you belong. 12 years is a long time coming for a suspended sentence. Don't you agree? Agent Lang, what happened 12 years ago? Nothing that concerns you. On the contrary, it might just have some sort of connection with this case. And I suppose you have some proof, Mr. Prosecutor? Show me evidence that there's a connection between this case and the one 12 years ago. Evidence, you say? If you don't have any evidence, then there's no point in talking about it. Is there any evidence that connects this case with what happened 12 years ago? K's badge! Agent Lang, could you take a look at this? Mr. Prosecutor, get that thing out of my face! Lang Z says, the sun sets fast in Zhengfa. We don't have time to waste looking at your useless junk. Ugh. So this doesn't show the connection. Let's look over the evidence one more time, Mr. Edgeworth. Wasn't there something written about 12 years ago? Somewhere in there? How about it, Mr. Prosecutor? Got any evidence? Let's save, just in case I get it wrong. Way more possible for Blaze to be a murderer than a tiny baby child, yeah. Yeah, Lang's really being a butt. Talk about the others keeping secrets. He's keeping secrets. Jerk. So, IS-7 incident? No, that's 18 years ago. Oh, okay. Drugs! Hey, let's look at the flowers. Alright, they're very pretty. Report on Knightley? What was that all about? Oh, yep. Thing he laid to rest in front of the flower bed 12 years. Oh, okay, yep. That's what he dug up. This is a report written by Patricia Rowland to Blaze Debeste regarding Knightley. Please read this part here. That thing he laid to rest near the flower bed 12 years ago. That's not all. Take a look at this as well. This letter was sent to Jill Crane, who was murdered 2 days ago. Although the sender is currently unknown, here it is written as follows. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. What? 12 years ago? Agent Lang, something big is happening here. Jill Crane's murder 2 days ago, and now the President's murder today. There has to be some connection there. And the key to solving it lies in what happened 12 years ago, does it not? You're asking me to reopen the old wounds of the Lang clan. Agent Lang, I beg of you. Who was that just now? Shifu! You guys, what are you all doing here? We followed you here, Shifu. We heard that Shifu was investigating the incident from 12 years ago. You idiots! I'm not your boss anymore. Get back to your own posts. Sir, we can't do that. What'd you say? Are you disobeying my order? But you're not their boss, so... Shifu, we also beg of you. Reinvestigate the SS5 incident from 12 years ago. None of us could ever forget that case. We know you feel the same way, Shifu. Agent Lang, even your former subordinates desire to reinvestigate the case. And you think you can solve the mysteries of that case? Perhaps I can, with your help. I got it. I accept your invitation. Shifu, Shifu, Shifu! Now then, with that decided, I guess it's my turn to shine. Okay. We're investigating a case from the past, right? And guess what the best tool for that is? The little Mr. Thief. Right. If we have the case files from the past case, I can recreate it. Sweet. Unfortunately, I don't have the case files. Huh? What do you mean? Access to those case files is restricted. It's being treated as highly classified information. Why is that? I don't know, but it seems like there were a lot of things that they wanted to keep hidden. Even what I know is limited to what was published in the newspapers back then. That will not be a problem. In any case, please tell us what you know. Sure. The SS5 incident. The incident occurred on a winter day, 12 years ago. It was the 10th of February. The police department in this country received a call from a group of kidnappers. "We've kidnapped President Huang," they said. Kidnapped? The SS5 incident was the case of President Huang's kidnapping. They demanded a ransom of $100 million. $100 million? Wait, just how much is that? It's such a large amount, she's having trouble visualizing it. That night, my old man was the last person to meet with the president. They were together at the Zhengfei embassy until midnight on February 10th. After that, no one knows what the president was doing up until he was kidnapped. Dang, it was cool. With the president's life at stake, the Zhengfei government frantically gathered the money. After that, the ransom was delivered and the president was returned safe and sound. He's been president for a long time. Don't they have a law against serving that long? I guess not. So, President Huang has been the president since 12 years ago? That's really amazing. Well, being in office for so long is just a small part of how amazing the man is. Lang seemed a bit happy when he said that. And what happened to the kidnappers? Well, a top-secret covert investigation was carried out. Then a secret trial was held. A trial? Does that mean the suspect was caught? The suspect was Patricia Rowland. No elections in China last I heard. Yeah, Zhengfei, is that based on China? That would make sense. Then, the reason you came to the prison a few days ago? Yeah, I was put on extended leave from Interpol. So I decided to go back and reinvestigate what happened 12 years ago. First, I had to get a look at the face of my target. So the trial 12 years ago ended with a not guilty verdict? Yeah. Back then, my old man was in charge of every aspect of the president's security. He took responsibility for the kidnapping and was relieved of his post as bodyguard. So I was feeling sorry for Patricia, but I think she's actually really bad. I was feeling sorry about how she was just scared of Dogen, but yeah, she's got more skeletons in her closet. That's another saying. I mean, she's got more dark secrets. But he continued to investigate as a regular police officer, until he finally found the culprit. And it was none other than Patricia Rowland. There was no way she could be innocent. However, the result was a not guilty verdict. In the end, the case went unsolved. Crushed in both body and soul, my old man resigned from the police. What was the basis for arresting Patricia Rowland? There was a lot of evidence. At least, that's what I think. But I can't see those documents for myself. So, that's where my story ends. What should we do? With only this much information, even the little thief would have a hard time producing a recreation. Is there really nothing we can do? I wonder if Courtney can see those documents. She's a member of the PIC. Looks like you could use some help. Uh-oh, who's this? Who's that? Oh, hello. Franziska. And Mr. Shields too. We finished up with the trial and finally managed to catch up with you guys. Here, take this. This is... Ah, it's the case files for the SS5 incident, sir. How did they know? They're psychic. Sweet. When Roland mentioned it 12 years ago during the trial, it caught my interest. Ah, okay. She's not psychic, she's just really sharp. I looked into it immediately and got in touch with Interpol. I expected no less from you, Francisca. Don't get the wrong idea, Miles Edgeworth. I didn't prepare these documents for you, the former prosecutor. I did it for the sake of the investigator taking up the case his father left behind. Sis! What? That's right, that's just what he calls it. But I thought information on the SS5 incident was restricted to the public. That restriction was placed by the prosecutor in charge of the case, Blaise Debeste. Let's have a look at these case files, shall we? Case summary. The president of Zhengfa, Di Junhyang, was kidnapped on February 10, 12 years ago. The kidnappers demanded a ransom of $100 million. Dai Long Lang confirmed that on the evening of the incident, the president was at the Zhengfa embassy until midnight. Prosecutor Blaise Debeste. Suspect Patricia Rowland. So this says... Hang on, is there only one page? Okay. Because that says a witness was killed. I wonder... Blaise Debeste was the prosecutor in charge. Him. However, as a result of the trial just now, Blaise's authority has been revoked. It's all thanks to his son. Sebastian. By bringing down his father, the door to this past case has been reopened. Prosecutor Debeste is currently wrapping things up in Patricia Rowland's trial. He told me to relay this message to you. Leave Pops and his cohorts to me. You guys just take care of the case on your end. Heh, he's become quite reliable, right before our very eyes. Truly. Alrighty then. This is perfect. Now that we have the files, just leave the recreation to me. Recreation, not recreation. Indeed. Well then, let us begin. According to these documents, it appears that the incident took place right in front of the Tower Plaza. Then let's head to the plaza right away. Thought we might have a to be continued there, but alright. 3:25 PM, outside Grand Tower, Tower Plaza. Okay, would you please activate the little Mr. Thief? I thought it was just called Little Thief. Right, with these case files, recreating everything should be a snap. Where should I start? Where indeed? According to these documents, it seems there was a witness to the kidnapping of the president. A freelance journalist by the name of Jack Cameron. However, he happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time and was murdered by the culprit. So that would mean the place he saw the president at was here. Here? At the Grand Tower? No, the Grand Tower was only built around a year ago, Kay. Before that, this place contained mostly old abandoned buildings. However, 12 years ago, this place was... Ha! Now you're finally talking about some stuff that I know. Yeah, 12 years ago, at this very spot was... the Happy Family Home. What's that, pal? An orphanage, I guess. Gonna take a while to remove all the badges on his jacket. Yeah. There are so many people here, yes. This game is juggling so many characters and it's doing it so well. It was a place where children who had lost their parents could live. Or to put it simply, it was an orphanage. So, the president was kidnapped at that orphanage. And the head of that facility at the time was Patricia Rowland. Apparently, Rowland always referred to it as her home. It seems that suspicion would naturally fall upon her. Patricia Rowland, Blaise Debeste, and President Huang. The darkness that remains from the SS5 incident still casts a shadow on the present case. Kay, I'd like you to input the investigation data from Jack Cameron's murder case. Jack Cameron? James Cameron? We can probably assume that he was killed by one of the kidnappers. So if we solve the murder case, we'll know who the kidnappers were, right? Precisely. I'm counting on you. This is a long section. Well, what the heck is this? Everything's green. Into the 3D hologram dimension. Yes. I've come to expect such reactions. This is a recreation of the grounds of the facility that stood here 12 years ago. Based on the documents from the police investigation, I recreated the scene to show what it looked like when police arrived at 7 AM the next day. It appears a fair amount of snow had piled up here. Yeah, I heard that the footprints in the snow were prime pieces of evidence. The snow fell during the day, and on the day of the incident. So the snow only fell before the crime took place. Which means the footprints wouldn't have been erased by any further snow. I must make sure to pay close attention to these footprints. Orphanage front yard. Dang, the case files must have had a lot of detail in them. Since it's just a projection, as soon as they walk towards the body, they will slam into the front doors of the tower. They should. If anyone walks too far north, aren't they going to run into the Grand Tower? Yeah. Jinxed. Alright, I think I'm going to have to call it here. My voice is getting a bit sore. We got really far today, though. And, wow, it's nearly 8 o'clock. So, I'm going to save it here. And we'll pick this back up next time. This is a really good case of a really good game. Yeah, I'm going to say this is my favourite of the whole series so far. Really good. Okay, is there anyone I can raid today? Not really. Yeah, not today, sorry. Okay. Yeah, this case keeps getting better and better. Yeah, thank you very much. Sorry, how do I pronounce your name? Xiao? Xiao? But yeah, thank you very much for the pronunciation help. I actually really appreciate it. So, feel free to, leave comments on my YouTube videos if you have questions about stuff. Or, if you've got, more pronunciation tips. No worries, Tag. Okay, so yeah, there's no one to host today, sorry, so I'm just going to end the stream, so thank you all for watching. And I'll see you all next time. I probably will take tomorrow off to rest my voice, so thanks everyone for watching. See ya!